What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? Welcome to Talk the Real Deal with AT2. Now, this is just an advertisement up on the screen, but don't forget tonight is going down. Love advice from Dr. AT Love. Make sure you guys tune in tonight. Now, depending on if I can download the fight or not, we gonna go on a little later, so it's gonna be 9 p.m. my time. We go on between so sometime 9ish, whatever time 9ish is Pacific Standard Time, your time. That's what time we gonna go on. So make sure you guys go ahead if you have any questions about love, because you know everybody loves advice from single people. So go ahead and put it in my community tab. You guys will see the advertisement there. But what's up, everybody, and welcome to a brand new episode of Talk the Real Deal with AT2. And y'all already know who we gonna talk about. Yes, Jaguar. Jacket. I was eating some M&Ms. I got some peanuts in my teeth. Hold on. What's up, Chris? What's up, Kimmy? What's up, Plainest Jane? I seen you, and thank you for the footage. What's up, Yama? What's up, Aurelia? What's up, Lisa? I appreciate y'all. I seen and Mina, of course, I know you here, and then Ween, I know what you said. Mina sent me a link. Shout out to you. What's up, Cat K? SQ? What's up? Gonna sue you allegedly. I ain't worried about no lawsuit. I'm just kidding. No, yes, I am. I am worried about a lawsuit. All right, let's go ahead and get into it, people. Well, it's funny because I had got this message from this woman, right? And not that I didn't take it seriously, but I was like, "Oh, you know Jaguar?" This is what she said. This is from Lashonda, aka Wizdom. She said her husband Gerald knows she's a fraud. They both are. I know them very well, and they honestly hate each other in real life. And I was like, "Oh, wow, really? You don't think they like each other?" That's what I commented back. So I never got a response back or anything from her. So what I end up doing was I'd seen Plainest Jane had went live. Shout out to her. She's dope as hell. If you guys haven't checked out her content, make sure you guys go ahead and check it out. So there's this woman on there and she's like telling her story, and I was kind of like, okay, well, what's going on with this? And so I noticed that Jane dropped the link. So I was like, okay, let me go ahead and see if I can go on live and stuff like that. And we had a good conversation. And the woman was she was having some technical issues. Wizdom, her phone, her internet was not working, and so it was cut out and stuff like that. So I just wanted to give you guys a brief overview of that whole situation. And then, but let me go ahead and start out with the whole Jaguar suing people. Let me see if okay, it's big enough for me to read. So basically, she has threatened to sue. Oh, here she go. Hey, everybody in the chat, stay high. Make sure you subscribe to her channel. But there's Lashonda right there. But anyway, this is what she's threatened to people. She said, Latasha, Chaki, I think his name is Chaki, Chaki Kibi and Kibi Studios. I am demanding you take down all content, videos, pictures, and likeness, including all your minions. You have been warned. 24 hours or I'm running you out the country. Dang. I was like, dang, Jack, you that powerful? You can run people out the country? Jackie. Yo, I got everybody saying that though. I told you I'm a trendsetter. Jackie. And for those of you who don't know, Jaguar's real name is Jacqueline. So that's why I call her Jackie. Yeah, y'all want me to read it one more time? You know they say I make fun of people when I do my impersonations, but it's comedy. Y'all want me to do it one more time for y'all? Mm-hmm. Your internet wasn't working. Jaguar can't sue nor. Oh, and you know what? I was gonna point that out. Thank you. A simple Google search would have helped Jaguar, but because she doesn't have a team behind her, she doesn't know. You know why they were able to do the Aaliyah movie, the Whitney movie, and stuff like that without permission? Because you can do a biography of someone without, without getting permission. Sorry, I got the taco meat out. Y'all see the taco meat? So I call it taco meat because like because I'm mixed with Indian, so my hair doesn't get like all the the gnat balls and stuff like that. So I say it's taco meat when it gets all balding. That's a different story, whatever. But anyway, the reason why they're able to do that is because you can use someone's likeness to do a biography, autobiography, whatever you want to do about them, do a movie, all that stuff. You can legally do that. So anything that Jaguar did was not wrong, and her family told the story. It wasn't Tasha telling the story, it was her family telling the story. So one more time for y'all who want to hear it again. Latasha, Chaki, Kibi, and Kibi Studios, I am demanding you take down all content, videos, pictures, and likeness, including all your minions. You have been warned. 24 hours or I'm running you out the country. Yes, Native American, Amber. Yes. I said Indian, but Native American. That's what I meant. Or I'm running you out the country. That's what she's saying. She's that powerful. But yeah, she's been demanding Tasha take down the videos. Honestly, she's been demanding everybody to take down the videos. She does not want anybody to have the whole surviving thing. She does not like that. Recently, she released a phone call with her mom. Well, actually, today she released it, and I just got a little clip of it, and then I'll go ahead and explain it. You guys ready? And she said, "The truth, period." That's what she titled it. Here we go.
I don't get your medicine. I take all of your money. I've been stealing from you for years. That's a shame. What do you mean that's a shame? I'm saying it's a shame that somebody can say that. Mom, I didn't say somebody said it. I said your granddaughter and your niece said it. I know. What do you mean you know? Well, tell me that. No, I'm telling you, I have people all over my Instagram saying that I'm robbing you, saying that I'm stealing from you, and you got nothing to say about it. Then they said that I'm the one that had you declared mentally incompetent, and I'm the one that had you... Why is he on the phone? What is this? It must be about this. Okay, Mom, I'm talking to you. Okay, I'm calling back. I had you...
So later on in that clip, they actually say that a woman by the name of Debbie and Jaguar's sister was the one who actually declared their mom schizophrenic and stuff like that, so they could get the money. Now they didn't go in that call. She didn't go into details regarding the power of attorney. But she said but Jaguar claims that she did help her mom. She was giving her money and taking care of her. And her mom seemed uncomfortable. And you know how somebody goes on a rant and you just kind of like, That's what her mom seemed like. I want to go ahead and play it. And yes, I did speed up the clip for copyright. I do speed up the clips. Nobody's on drugs or anything because I know y'all say they're like, why are they talking so fast? I speed it up for copyright. That's why I do that. I'm going to play it one more time and just try to listen to her mom speak because it was very alarming the way her mom was like, they don't know me. The way she was kind of playing it was like when somebody crazy talking to you, you be like, yeah, yeah. You got to treat crazy people with care, So here we go. I'm going to play it one more time. I know I'm going to hell. I know.
I don't get your medicine. I take all of your money. I've been stealing from you for years. That's a shame. What do you mean that's a shame? I'm saying it's a shame that somebody can say that. Mom, I didn't say somebody said it. I said your granddaughter and your niece said it. I know. What do you mean you know? Well, tell me that. No, I'm telling you, I have people all over my Instagram saying that I'm robbing you, saying that I'm stealing from you, and you got nothing to say about it. Then they said that I'm the one that had you declared mentally incompetent, and I'm the one that had you... Why is he on the phone? What is this? It must be about this. Okay, Mom, I'm talking to you. Okay, I'm calling back. I had you.
She also claimed that her mom never had her back, and you could tell like Jag was very emotional. I do think that even though we were talking about Jag as the cause of her own demise and stuff like that, I think whatever trauma Jag is going through and whatever happened in her childhood, I definitely believe that it still affects her today. And for that, I do feel bad that this has happened to her, you know. What's up, Dana? What's up, Terry? I see you guys. Gina, Sheree. Is it Sheree or Cherie? Let me know. She sounds desperate. What's up, Lucy J? Mom doesn't want her to blow up on her. Yeah, you know, it sounds very much like, oh, they said that. Oh, okay, you know. It seemed like her mom didn't know, but I feel like her mom did know a lot what was going on. Yeah, the mom sounds like she doesn't want any parts of it. You know, like, oh, let me let her ramble, let me let her keep going, you know, and do all that. I know this Jaguar voice was crystal clear, but you couldn't hear the mom clearly. She was repeating what she wanted to repeat allegedly. Ooh, I didn't even think about that. Allegedly, it could be an edited phone call. We never know. Please tell me who Jag is. Connected to Tasha. Man, Yama, you gotta be keeping up with the times. I can't go through the history. I can give you but make sure you check out my videos on the review. So basically, Tasha K did the whole, did you guys just get an Amber Alert? Can you guys still see me? What's up, Tracy? Can you guys still see me out there? Oh, well, you're not in California, so y'all probably wouldn't get the Amber Alert. Ooh, I'll check up on that later. Can y'all still see me? Yama, I'm with you. I'm just listening. What's up, Dizzy? So basically, Tasha K. Okay, thank you guys. I appreciate that. Basically, Tasha did this whole interview with Jaguar. Everybody looked at Tasha crazy about it because the way she was questioning her. Jaguar has a lot of fans. I said sometimes it can even be compared to a cult. They defend her no matter what. So what ended up happening was that Jaguar, and this is where it turned on Jaguar. Jaguar ends up calling with a fake allegation against a celebrity, try to give it to Tasha to try to give it to Tasha's protege Storm. Well, Tasha ends up releasing the phone call, and then that's when it all went downhill. So Tasha has now produced the Surviving Jaguar, and so that's where we are right now. And they don't like each other. And Jaguar is trying to sue Tasha, and she's trying to sue. I was gonna say Lamar Odom, but it's Sam Odom. Odom is not Tasha's, but why did I say Tasha's? Is Sam Odom is Jaguar's ex-husband who was a part of the whole documentary. Okay, yep, Tish. Okay, Friday. Okay. Oh, and thank you guys for letting me know. It was kind of scary because it popped up. I'm gonna look at that later, but I'm gonna go ahead and finish. What Lisa say? You know they hate when I read the comments, right? Why are you in here if you don't know what's going on? Lisa, calm down. Calm down, Lisa. Some people watch AT2 because they like the way I present things. It's nothing bad, Lisa. Calm down. Calm down, Lisa. Calm down. You know I love you, Lisa. Just calm down. Amber, you got it. Oh yeah, Amber, you're in Cali too. You got it too? Yeah. Okay, back to the story. So anyway, I wanted to go ahead and play you the clip from when I was on the Plain Exchange show, and this is when Lashonda was on. And for those of you just tuning in, make sure you like, share, subscribe. Oh, I almost forgot to put the most important thing up. Bam! If you'd like to donate $1 or $2 to the show, make sure you drop it in the Cash App, or you can PayPal or Venmo, and it's in the description of the video. And yes, you can like and do all that stuff while the video is playing live. But let's go ahead and play this clip, and I'll go ahead and explain. And it does have the F word in there. Hopefully, YouTube don't pick it up so they don't demonetize my video. Oh, and I want to apologize. The reason why I was laughing was because somebody put in the comments, did she ask for money while she was in that drive-thru? Because remember, I kept... and I was trying to hold that in, but I didn't hold it in.
I thought you was laughing at my face because I know I'm just to the point where I can't even try to control my face when it comes to this no more. I'm shocked, and I ain't even about to try and hide it no more. And be like, no, like, what the fuck you mean? Like, that's right. Yeah.
And like I had seen that comment, they were like, did she call while she was in that drive-thru?
I mean, we might listen. We might talk. Doesn't matter. People have different intentions, and she's just one who does not have an intention beyond herself. So I wanted to speak out so people would understand. I don't follow all this stuff. Like, I don't know about the Tasha K, Cardi B. I don't know anything about that. I don't care. All I know is Tasha K was an angel in disguise for me. She was my voice, she kind of started to defame me, and she was well on her way. Jaguar was well on her way to trying to discredit me before I get started. She knows that I rub elbows with people, and people listen.
All right. Thank you for explaining, Lisa. You know I love you. It just sounded, because you know how you write in all caps, it sounded like you was going ham. So we just wanted to clarify and make sure everything good, because somebody had said last time I was talking about Jaguar, somebody said something off color or like prejudice or something like that, and I didn't get a chance to go back and look at that. So please, I apologize if I just ignored it and didn't address it. But anyway, so that was Lashonda, aka Wizdom. Wizdom was on the podcast. Remember, she had also had commented on my thing that I did, my review on Surviving Jaguarwright. And at the time, I didn't know who she was, but she said she knew them very well. So let's go ahead and get into the history. So back in October, I believe, is when Wizdom linked up with Jaguar. You know, she was helping her. She said she would let her stay in her bed. She would also, you know, and Lashonda was sleeping on her couch. Lashonda also has 2 children. Jag was very fond of her son. She would say her son is like the second coming of Jesus. He's the Messiah. Jaguar really loved her son, and it was kind of Wizdom was a little, and Wizdom, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but it was very off-putting at the time. I don't know why she didn't just kick Jag out right immediately, but it was like a slow progression, and I think Lashonda was just trying to hurry up and explain it because her internet wasn't working. So Lashonda was just trying to explain what was going on and stuff like that. So anyway, Wizdom ended up, and I'm going between Wizdom and Lashonda, but I'll just stick with Wizdom. Wizdom ended up, you know, saying that she would try to tell her son, like, hey, take out the trash or do the dishes. And then Jaguar allegedly would be all like, oh, he's the man of the house. He doesn't have to do this. He doesn't have to do that. He's the man. He's not a young man. He's the man. These are the words of Wizdom, saying that Jaguar would say that. So, you know, me and Plain as Jane, we just like, that's our face the whole time. I'm like, and then thank you guys for drumming my emojis. I appreciate that. Either use the $sign or you can be like Aurelia and use the tongue. Either one. Either one shows you that I love money, or the other one shows you that I'm a freak. Anyway, y'all know I gotta joke around with you. Oh, you heard about? Oh, okay. Thank you, Wizdom. I appreciate that. Okay, I am explaining it right. I don't want to get your story wrong. And you said you heard about, yeah. And so it was there's a relative that I have that's not actually blood, but you know how Black people, we all got play cousins and stuff like that. Are you gonna call in today? I'm gonna drop the link, and then any information she wants to clarify, I'll definitely let her clarify it. But going back to what I was saying, thank you, Chris, for asking that. That was a good question. The family member, that's what I was saying. You know, I get sidetracked. The family member used to would clean like the house and like do a whole bunch of stuff around the house and like really, and then all of a sudden she would like flip and then like get angry and kind of, but she was going through her own mental health issues and stuff like that. So now knowing that, there's things, you know, you can have a family friend and then all of a sudden there's stuff going on, and you want to protect that friend. And I think that's what Wizdom was trying to do. She really liked Jag as a friend and was trusting her, and even though there was things that was like off-putting, she was still trusting her. So that's kind of what happened. Oh, your internet. Oh. Well, go run outside or something like that. Hopefully it gets stronger. What's up, K Jones? What's up, Red Hot? Make sure y'all drop them chili peppers down below. Plainest Jane, I see you. Who else we got in here? Toy Matthew. Wait, Toy for better. Wait, hold on. Hold on. Cash App Tony for a better connection. Why is she gonna? I'm the only one who can run my Cash App in here. What the hell going on? Damn it. Anyway, so going back to the story, Jag ends up calling CPS on Wizdom. She allegedly claimed that, things weren't right in the home. I'm trying to say that without alleging. I'll just say it one time and hopefully they don't pick up on it. Abuse. Alleging that stuff. And so, after that, the relationship went downhill. Also, I did want to pick up that Wizdom was actually the head of, and I don't know how you would say it, Wizdom, but please correct me. But she was a partner in the whole WCW, which WCW was a Zoom call that they would have where they would talk to other women that have gone through assault and stuff like that and try to help them out and give them resources. Wizdom was the one who actually ended it. That's why Jaguar doesn't really talk about the WCW thing anymore. So that's what's going on. So now, knowing all of this, what's up, Juanita? Thank you for joining the show. I'm trying to call out everybody who I'm seeing for the first time. She was vice chair. That's what she was. She was vice chair of the WCW. So, she ended that back in December. That's why it hasn't gone on anymore. But basically, Jag, she did claim that Jag is the kind of person that will have a great idea and be all like, yeah, we should do this, but Jag doesn't know how to facilitate it. So when it goes wrong, it's kind of like, well, what happened? You know what I mean? Like, what happened? Like, like, what's wrong with you? Turn it and flip it on you. She also did state that her and her husband, Jag and her husband Gerald, they don't really like each other. It's more of a she's been, like the comment says, like she's been around them and stuff like that, and they're very calculated in the things that they do. She has also given her money. It's funny because in the clip that I played, the whole time Plaintiff Jane was on, right? She was people were leaving comments, right? So some of the comments were all like, "Oh, did she call you for money when she was in the drive-thru?" And then they said, Jaguar sells the Solve stuff, right? The CBD lotion or cream, the shea butter or whatever. And, I call it crack butter. So, somebody else put on the screen was all like, oh, she said her crack butter cures COVID. And so people were putting up comments like that, and the whole time I'm like just cracking up. You know me, I'm all over dramatic. Just cracking up. But it was funny as hell. Oh yeah, very seemingly obsessed with her son. Yes, I definitely did mention that. Yeah, she said he was the Messiah and like he was the second coming of Jesus, and that would scare me definitely. As soon as she would have said that, I would have had to stab her in the throat, just because like because after you had said some stuff like that, I know you crazy. Hag is feeling extremely salty right now. She was in Tasha's comments laughing last night, but in the end, she was heated. Yeah, she is very heated about all of this, Actually, she was talking to her son and was very mean to her at the church. At that church, I'm sure she attacked her and will release the. Oh, speaking of that, Jag has released a text message allegedly from Wisdom's son, claiming that there was some kind of abuse going on. Jag would call Wisdom's son like her nephew, and Jackie is a bully, yeah. And would allege that, there was basically Jag turned it around and said that she allegedly was trying to save her son from Wizdom and stuff like that. So that's what Jag is claiming. We have to be fair on all sides on the show. So I'm just reporting what Jag is claiming. And also Jag released a video, which in the description, it had some stuff in there, but it is what it is. I feel like when she released the text message, it's kind of like, okay, well, this is just confirming what you were claiming. But basically, Jag released a video on her YouTube, which you can go check out. And they're like in, I I forgot what city they were in, but it's just them like talking and conversing and like, looking at the city and stuff like that. It wasn't anything damaging or anything like that, but in the description, that's where she lists talking about the whole WCW and all that stuff. So oh man, it's very, 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 very scary because like a woman like Jag, you don't know what she's capable of. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe. For those of you just tuning in, I'm gonna go ahead and play the clip where Jag was talking to her mom, and then I'll go ahead and drop the link. And if you guys want to come in, oh, Birmingham, yes, Birmingham, yeah, they are they're in Alabama, so yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and play the clip earlier. This is where Jag is talking to her mom, and like I said, pay close attention because it just seemed like Jag mom was like, like when you're talking to somebody crazy, you just agree with everything they say. Pay close attention.
I don't get your medicine. I take all of your money. I've been stealing from you for years. That's a shame. What do you mean that's a shame? Mom, I didn't say somebody said it. I said your granddaughter and your niece said it. I know. What do you mean you know? Well, tell me that. No, I'm telling you, I have people all over my Instagram saying that I'm robbing you, saying that I'm stealing from you. And you got nothing to say about it. Then they said that I'm the one that had you declared mentally incompetent, and I'm the one that had you... Wright is on the phone. What is this? It must be about this. Okay, Mom, I'm talking to you. Okay, I'm calling back. I had you...
I just realized her mom, when Jag was like, I'm talking to you, and her mom goes like, well, I'm talking back. Yo, I love her mom for that. That is funny. I went ahead and dropped the link, y'all. I don't know if it worked or not, but I dropped it. Don't drop that thun. Hey, don't drop. Her mom was scared. Yeah, I believe her mom is scared, Yeah, it's very creepy. I agree with you, Jane. It's very, very, very creepy. Where's everyone from? Oh, asking where everyone from. I love when y'all talk to each other and stuff like that and get to know each other. I want to create a community where it's comfortable for everybody. You're free to say your opinion without being judged. Oh, we got Red Hot joining the show. Red Hot, what's up, Red Hot?
Hi. Hi, everybody in the chat.
Add to the conversation?
Well, I watched the first part of it. Well, I watched the second part too. I just feel like I wish she would have gotten help because from what she went through, like her family didn't deny that she went through some stuff. So I just wish she would have gotten help before she started a marriage or anything because, sometimes people look for stuff in a relationship that they go through in their childhood. And that's not fair to the other person to make them suffer for what goes on in your past. So I really feel like she should have dealt with that first. All that lashing out, like she's really looking for help. I don't like it. I feel sorry for the son. I don't want to give my opinion on him for real because I'm a mother and some people might not like what I have to say about that. So I just leave that because at the end of the day, he's still a kid. He's not even in his 20s yet. He's a child. So I don't like it. I mean, I love her production and everything. I just wish those two would just go ahead and sit down. They don't have to be friends. I don't want them to be friends, but doing stuff like this, whether, she did a good commentary or interview, it's making them look bad as Black women, period. And I don't like that. It's already enough we have to fight against. So doing this, it's just making the division even more.
Right. And it's so funny that you mentioned that because I was on, shout out to 20 Days of August. I was on a show and they were talking about somebody, no free promo ho, so I'm not going to say their name, but they were talking about somebody. And I was basically saying, like, I was like, it's sad because, with the Black YouTube, the white YouTubers, yes, they do fight and everything like that. Don't get me wrong. But it seems more calculated and planned where they fight out in public. And then behind the scenes, they be like, hey, that was good that you said that. Okay, I'm going to do another live. Okay, and then you do one right after me. Where with us, It's like we're trying to find out personal information. We're talking about people. We're calling CPS on people's kids. It's
Right.
like the most. You know what I mean? It's
Hmm.
very, very, very dirty.
Yeah. So I'm not taking sides on nobody because I'm a mom. I went through stuff,
Hmm.
and I don't like a lot of people, and I'm not going to go to that length to try to expose them. And I think if it hadn't been for the viewers, majority of the subscribers, it wouldn't have got this far. You know how you try to keep stuff going because that's what they like. But I just want
Right.
people to break that cycle and just show people that we can get along, we can disagree and not like each other, and not go to that length of disrespect or go to the family members without trying to, expose stuff that happens in your life. You know what I'm saying? So I don't like that. And
Right.
that's why when people be talking crap, especially about people that's in my life, I'm very defensive about that and I'm protective of that, and I will go off. That's not what I bring. I don't like to associate myself with stuff like that. Even though Natasha did a good job. Now, don't get me wrong, she did a damn good job with everything. It's
Hmm.
just I wish it hadn't got to this point.
Right. What do you think about, because a lot of people are saying that Jaguar brought this upon herself. Do you think Jaguar has any blame in this, or anything, or you think that Tasha just wanted to expose her and that was her end game?
I'm not going to say she brought this on herself because nobody deserved for you to go to their family trying to expose them. I don't care what you do, what you say, you don't do that. That's just a line you don't cross. So I wouldn't say that that's what she deserved, but I really think she could have handled the situation a whole lot different because when she first got on, everybody started talking about her. She was just going to YouTubers. At first, she started, talking about Armand, and she was just
Right,
going back and
Dana.
forth. She got on Storm, and she was
Mhm.
exposing celebrities, the top celebrities, as if we don't know what's going on in the music industry. Like, I'm not dumb to what goes on in the music industry. I just feel like you're looking for. I think she was looking. She was looking for the attention, and she got it. She don't like the attention that she got, but I just
Right.
really think as a grown woman and as a mother, she could have did this a whole lot different. So now she getting backlash. I don't think she deserve it. I just really think when you put yourself in a position, you have to be prepared for what comes after that.
Hmm. I'm not attacking any person, but evil, unapologetically truth. And yeah, and definitely we know, you're not saying anything like, anybody's trying to attack her. Wisdom, you have a different situation because you know her personally. This woman, excuse me, this woman was in your house, so that's different. But we're talking about specifically like the YouTube world. I realize, really with this YouTube stuff, it's all entertainment and there's really no
Mhm.
rules.
Right.
Everything, you can say that, oh, this and that is off limits, but I like I told the people the other day, I was like, I had somebody say something about my mom, and my mom has never been on my channel or on camera, so I don't know why that person felt like it was right to say anything about my mom, but I was like, you know what? I understand when you're climbing to the top, some people don't like it and they're going to do whatever they have to do, but it is my responsibility on how I respond back to them. That's what
Yeah.
I'll say.
They both have faults in it. I want them to have this conversation offline. Anything, this is what I be saying. People love drama. They love drama. They don't like positivity. And that's what's wrong with people now. It's okay to talk about
Hmm.
it, but it's been going on for so long. I'm tired of listening. I'm tired of talking about it. Like, let's move forward. It's a brand new year, and they bringing the same drama that we was trying to bury in 2020 with COVID, and you see that came in 2021 also. It's just I really feel like we grown. I'm too grown to be going back and forth with an adult on some dumb stuff. Really, that didn't really have anything to do with me. You know what I'm saying? Whatever happened in the past happened in the past. But like I said,
Right.
you can't get up here trying to expose people talking about what they did in their past, who they slept with, and if they gay or not, and expect someone not to come for you. It
Right.
it makes.
Hello.
Oh, I was reading a comment.
Oh, okay.
What you mean? What's the problem? Toy Matthew. I don't understand that. But anyway, yeah. So I just really it makes them both look bad, not just Jaguar. It make Jaguar look bad too, but at the same time, they both.
Yeah, it definitely makes Jag and Tasha look bad at the end of the day. But I mean, even at the same time, it's kind of like um, I I still go back to the whole entertainment thing. And don't get me wrong, I am a human being, so I realize like when is you can say entertainment, but when does reality kick in? It doesn't. It doesn't kick in for these people. I think Red
Right.
Hot, you still believe that these people are real people. They're not real people. Let me tell you something. All these
They real
YouTubers
people.
and
They're
stuff
just
like that,
stupid.
they all no, they're not real people. They're all dirty. And they probably gonna burn in hell one day. They all dirty. Don't trust any of them. You can trust me, and
Oh
I trust you, but
no,
don't trust
I'm just
any of them.
saying.
They dirty.
Now, me personally, I don't even think I would be that invested in what other people think anyway, because my thing is this. I don't know you. I never even met you, so if you talking crap about me, okay, girl, I like to roast people. So that you're inviting me to talk about you, and I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do it real. You know what I'm saying? But, I don't trust them. I don't want to go to platform. I go to yours, and I'll go to Yvette's and real sometimes, whatever. And that's it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But
And I talk a lot of crap. I like to laugh. I like to act crazy, but at a certain time, I have to put on my serious and just have a conversation, because a lot of people really think this YouTube thing is like TV. This is people real lives you messing with. This is not scripted. Like some people have to draw the line somewhere, but the people love drama, so that's what they give them. They give them drama. But I'm the type, if I'm addressing somebody, I'm going to address you and I'm going to leave it alone, because everything I have to say is going to be in whatever I'm saying. And that's that. You know what I'm saying? So it's about the person, because you can get your content without having drama all the time. It's great to talk about. Of course, I love listening to it, but it's just for a certain, it need an expiration date. Like it just need to die down one day. Like food.
right. And you know what? And I said this before. I was all like, it's the viewers out there, the people watching, the viewers need to demand something. Like, I guarantee you this video is gonna get more views. But remember, just 2 hours ago, I did a story about Orson and Orrin West, who are missing. The two missing boys in California City. Which, if anybody has any information, please let me change the tickler. Please call the phone number 760-373-8606.
Yeah, Mina just
And let me
posted it.
tell you one thing. I can talk about, like a white YouTuber, and it might not get that many views, except KJ, but I'm done talking about her. And I
That's
can
it.
say a whole bunch of stuff. But if I talk about black drama, my views go out the roof. Like the
Yeah.
views come, and it's very, very, very sad that it's like that.
Because black people, as black people, we go too far and we get disrespectful with it. So that's why people would be entertained to watch that.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
So it's
We're more.
crazy.
It's because we're demanding that content, and so the people are demanding that content instead of like the real stuff,
Right.
And it's very
Now, I'm not
sad.
saying, because look, I'm not saying that people's just supposed to be holding hands, because me, I could carry some more and I could be real petty. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So, but I think going to the family trying to expose, I wouldn't do that. I can talk about a person, just how they look, and make them feel sorry for their life without even having to do all that. I like to embarrass people, but at the end of the day,
Right.
nobody's that important for me to go there. If you have to go to the extreme, it's got to be some type of love there between them two. It's got to be some type of feeling towards each other to want to go that far to expose and keep going back and forth, because I'm not going to give somebody I don't care about no energy.
Mm-hmm.
You only go back and forth with people you care about.
That's true. My last question for you: do you think that Tasha? Somebody had mentioned this. Do you think Tasha and Jag are kind of planning this together? Like this is all like a plan, or do you think that it started out fun and then it got too much?
I don't know. I don't think it's planned. When you go to the family, that's not planned. And even if it was planned, you took it too far. No, I
Hmm.
don't think that was planned whatsoever. And if it does come out if they was planned, and then they did a damn good job at showing it
Oh, they
otherwise,
definitely
because
canceled. If this all was just for the money and
right,
everything like that, they are definitely
right.
getting canceled immediately. All
No, ain't
right.
no it's expeditiously. Ain't no immediate nothing. It's expeditiously. That's quicker than
Right. All right, Red Hot. I'm gonna go ahead and drop you. I'm gonna bring Chris on.
Okay, bye. I'm still in the comments.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Thank you for joining the show. I appreciate you. Make sure you guys subscribe to her channel. What's up, Chris?
Hey, AT,
What you
how
want
are
to add to
you?
the conversation?
Uh, so much, so
I'm doing
much.
good. How about you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I actually wanted to talk about like Jaguar's family because they seem really normal to me. Like, I feel like if it was
Hmm.
like in my family and someone was, struggling with mental illness, especially because Jaguar's 40, I believe, so I feel like your family is just really, they're not going to like condemn you, but they're just not going to be with the shits. I hope I can say.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah, I already said a few cuss words.
I hope I can say that, but I just feel like they're not going to be with the shits. So it makes sense to me that now that she's out there talking about who is, calling people schizophrenic, calling people, the PEDO word, calling people like a
Right.
RAPE, that to me, the family would speak up at this point in time. They probably weren't doing it beforehand, but if you're calling a child autistic, and I feel like people, you have to take a step back. For someone to be autistic, schizophrenic, they have to receive a diagnosis. So there are a lot of people that walk around undiagnosed. But if the son has never received like an autism diagnosis, and he's also not comfortable saying that, who knows if he is or he isn't. But if the young man says that he hasn't received a diagnosis, then he's not.
Yeah, and his
You
whole
know,
family has said he's super smart.
he's a
Which of
blur. He
course, if you
reminds me of
on
my nephew. Yeah,
right,
like
if you're on the spectrum, you can still be brilliant. That
yeah,
doesn't make a difference. But if he is, if the doctor never said you are autistic, we can't be putting that label on him.
exactly. Especially for a child that wasn't raised with his mom full time, for her to come on the internet and be like, "Hey, y'all, this is what he is." I mean, I believe the parent that raised him. I believe the family that he grew up with. Um,
Right.
I don't know. I think and even if he was, which is what I said the last time I called in, y'all, why would think about if you have like a good solid relationship with your mom and you had a diagnosis, would she come to the internet and bring it up? No.
No, my mom would
You
never
know?
do that.
So I don't know. I don't feel like what Jag is getting is a pylon or bullying whatsoever. I think she created a lot of negativity herself, and if you go to her channel, she doesn't have anything positive on her own channel. You would think
No.
she would have music, her own story, daily vlogs. I don't know, day in the life, making up her salve, whatever. She doesn't have any positive content. All she does is
Hmm.
rip on Tasha K all day, every day. So I don't know. I feel like everything is catching up to her. I hope that she is like smart enough to be like, you know what? I'm just gonna get away from the internet, because the internet is never like they will like it's just never wrong. So I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, like I buy for her. I'm glad that like what I will say is that Tasha did her thing. Like Tasha did her research. She brought in like different points of view. Notice she didn't say that much about Jag. She was just like, this is what she said, and she put in a clip of Jag
Right.
talking. So she did her thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think it was a bash video. A lot of people say it was a bash video, but I don't think it was bashing. Like we wanted to know because it's all like she's saying all this stuff about her family. We want to know. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Y'all, and then it's like I don't know. I feel like people were like critiquing the family as if they had calling them haters. What does Jag have to hate on? Why would anybody hate on her? Like, people probably feel
Right.
really bad, you know, like, oh, I wish my mom was healthier, but I just don't. Why would? What does anyone gain from Jag? Even people being like, Jag is getting exposed. Y'all really think that Clive Davis is after someone who was not like the Jill Scott level? And if you live in your car and you're on live, anyone could find you if they were looking for you. I just don't. It scares me.
I had to hide my face. I was like,
It scares me. It shows me how people like storm the Capitol or believe in like certain conspiracies and really bring that stuff to real life.
Right. Dana, I'm going to let you on in a little bit. Don't worry. Go ahead.
Yeah, Dana, I'm not going to be on for long because I'm tired. I'm ready for this stuff to be like, you know, over. I just wanted to say, like, to me, this was inevitable, you know?
Right.
And I really do. All that to say that, like, sometimes people do have to hit rock bottom. Hopefully this helps her be like, you know what, medication won't, like, it won't change my personality. It'll just even me out so I don't have to put this kind of stuff into the world, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But if she doesn't want help, then yeah, oh well.
Right. If she doesn't want help at this point, then it's like, you know, what can we do? You know, there's not
But
really anything. If you can't help somebody who doesn't want to be helped. And the thing is,
especially when they're older.
right. And the
Yeah,
thing is, she doesn't feel like there's anything wrong with her. I'm from
exactly.
Philly, never heard of Jag until Tasha. Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Same
Like
here.
Jag is an adult at the end of the day. She said what she needed to say, and she needs to be fine with the backlash. Yep,
Yeah.
I agree with that too. She got to be fine with it because all like you said, all this stuff. Jag doesn't acknowledge that she need help. This is a behavior she's promoted for years.
And then I
Okay.
also wanted to say that, like, if you guys really take out of every single story that she has ever told, take the names out of it. Someone is a rapist. Someone is a PEDO. Someone
Mhm.
is someone is getting kidnapped or doing the kidnapping. There's a lot of incest. These
Right.
are like delusions of grandeur. And I'm not here to like diagnose someone, but to me, this seems like a loop. You know, it seems like there's like a recurring narrative that she tells herself, and the characters tend to be different, mixed with a little bit of truth.
Mhm.
I don't know. Like, I just think if she was like 15, I would feel really bad. But how she talked
Mhm.
about her son, I just feel like,
Yeah.
you know, you got to
She's
protect
talked
the
about a
kid.
lot of people, so it's hard to be all like,
Yeah.
I feel bad. Like, I feel bad in a certain sense. Like, you know, I don't want anybody exposed by their own family. That has to be traumatic.
But they
But
didn't expose her. They just said the things that she said about them weren't true.
yeah, and
And
they
they
had to
were just like,
defend themselves,
yeah,
right?
and they were just like, this is a pattern. They didn't say, I'm trying to think, you know, maybe in part 3 or maybe I missed something, but I don't feel like her family said things about her. I feel like they were saying these things that she said about us were not true. They were defending
Mhm.
themselves. And then they were like, we're also not offended like that because this is a pattern.
Right.
You know, so I don't know. But she said her last Instagram post, she was like, she's leaving Instagram, that they're saying that she can't go live and all this kind of stuff. I'm like, girl, I hope you get the help that you really need, you know?
Right.
And how her mom addressed her. I mean, her mom's old school. That's how my mom is. She'll just be like, okay, whatever, bye. Like, I'm not going to fight with you, but I'm not going to say that. You know what I mean? So,
Right. And
you know.
Rosemary, I did read your comment. TK detected mental illness in the first interview and should have stopped. Now interviewing a sick person's family is bullying, insensitive, unprofessional, and kills Black sisterhood. Someone will get hurt. I see where you're going with your comment, but I would still have to disagree just because Jaguar asked for this. She said interview her husband. Now she probably didn't know she was going to interview the whole family, but she said interview her whole husband. I bet he won't talk to you because I have a case. Okay, well now since he spoke, you should have your case. So go ahead and speak.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like Rose,
All right, I'm
I
gonna add
agree with
Dana onto here. Go
sure.
ahead,
And
Chris.
Rose, I agree with you. Oh, hey Dana, I was just telling Rose, like, I agree with her a little bit, but Jag was tearing down Black women. both with her, like, pseudo advocacy for SA victims, as well as like things that she said about like really talented people. I don't know. I feel like Black people were really protective of our own, but if someone is doing the wrong thing, that they're doing the wrong thing, like point blank, period.
Right, I agree. If they're doing wrong, they're doing wrong. Dana, what did you want to add to the conversation? Thank you for coming on the show for the first time.
I know,
Yeah.
hey, Shayna.
Hey, I mean, I stalk you and I come in the chat a lot because
Yes.
first of all, I think you're talented.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And I have a tendency to have a good gut instinct for talent. So
Thank you.
that says something.
You know I love compliments. You can go, the whole show can be just compliments about AT2, you know.
I mean, I'm ticky. Let me say that. I'm very ticky. My background is psych. So my feeling about her is, she has had some psych problems for a long time. And we used to call that, when I was at the hospital working in ER, frequent flyers, because they would come in, we'd give them help that they needed, and they would get stable and balanced. They'd go out and they would not stick with the program. And a lot of times they wouldn't stick with the program because the part of them that had whatever disorder, let's say it was, and I'm not diagnosing her because she's not my client, but
we're not diagnosing her. We're just speaking about the situation that we see on camera.
But
go ahead.
Let's say it was manic depression for whatever reason, right? A lot of people that have manic depression, when they're in the manic phase, and a lot of artists, I'm not going to say, there's a good bit of artists that have manic depression. When they're in a manic phase, whether they're painters or singers or whatever, that is when they're the most creative. That is when their mind is clicking and they're writing songs, or they're creating.
She's a singer and a songwriter.
Yeah, they're creating their best piece of painting or whatever it is, right? So they don't want to let go of that aspect of their disorder. And when they're on the medication, it kind of evens that out and they can't grasp onto that.
Oh, sorry. So Dana, let me ask you a question, because I know a lot of times when people that struggle with bipolar disorder,
which is the same as manic depression.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, okay.
And I know sometimes when they're in that manic phase, it's their perception of their own genius. So I could
absolutely
right. So like I could be an author and I think that I'm like a great author, and in my manic phase I'm very inspired to write blah blah blah. But when I go back and read it, I'm like, this is actually like not that, I just don't feel the same way about it. And I just sometimes that's how I feel about like her perception of her being a genius.
Right. Or they could actually be very genius in that mode or that state of being. And they can go 2 or 3 weeks and barely sleep and keep going for hours and hours at a time and just be in that mode. But when they crash and they're in that depressive, dark state, it could also go for weeks at a time.
Yeah.
Well, Dana, let me ask you this, because in the film, they did in the Surviving Jaguarwright, they had played the clip again of the interview between Tasha and Jaguar, and Tasha had asked her about mental illness, and have you ever been diagnosed with anything? And she was like, I have like I forgot how she put it, but episodic like psychiatric episodes,
something. Like she tends to disassociate.
Yeah, dissociate. And then she says like she has like episodes where psychiatric episodes or something to that effect after she said that. And she said like sometimes she'll just black out and then she'll wake up in a different country and stuff like that. Do you know anything about is it a whole like a blackout phase and then like all of a sudden they come back into reality or anything?
More so when I hear about that, it's like a split personality disorder. When they go into another personality and that personality takes over and they don't remember what occurred.
Okay.
That
makes sense.
It's dissociative disorder where they, another personality takes over, and they call it something else now, but usually that stems from early abuse or something that's very traumatic that occurred where they sort of had to split off to be able to survive the trauma.
Right. And I was going to ask about her childhood too, because a lot of people say most trauma happens during your can possibly happen during your childhood. Do you think that
in the formative years?
Informative years, yes, that's what it's called. Do you think that's what's still affecting her today? Now, there has been alleged allegations regarding her informative years. I don't want to put it out there, but there has been things like that. Would that still affect her today without getting the help that she needs?
100%.
Mm.
I mean, if it's been traumatic enough when she was younger and she didn't get the help or treatment that she needed, and family members sort of shoved it under the rug, and it's a cultural thing because different cultures, and forgive me, I mean, I know that I'm glowing white in this light, but I mean, different cultures, Hispanic cultures, African American cultures tend to not want to get counseling. Tend to want to keep it in the families because it's a what's the word?
I'm gonna just put it out there. Basically, we're told like you can't be crazy or you're off or you can't have a thing because it's a white thing. That's what I know. That's how I grew up. Like, oh, you just need to go to church, or oh, you something wrong with you. Like, it's shamed. It's shamed if you say like I have a mental illness or something like that. That's how it. That's how it used to be. It's progressive.
There's just a stigma. There's a negative stigma.
I mean, even
help, right?
There's different cultures going on in my family, and even in my family, it was like, you don't say anything, you keep it in the family, you keep your mouth shut.
Oh yes. What happens in the house, stay in the house. You don't share it with nobody.
So the fact that I wanted to go into psychology, my grandfather wanted to help pay for my college. And he was like, you either become a nurse or a teacher. And of course, I'm teaching online now some. But the fact I wanted to go into psychology, he was like, I'm not helping you. I mean, it was that. He didn't believe in it.
That's crazy. Like, so he didn't even think, like, if you didn't do basically in the field that he wanted you to go in, like, it was like, I'm not helping you with that. Like, no, that's crazy.
It was specifically psychology.
Oh, specifically. Oh, wow.
Yeah. Because he didn't believe in it and it was a stigma.
That's so true. It's very sad when you think about it because it's all like, there could have been so many people helped through with whatever they were going through or whatever they possibly could have been diagnosed with. There's so many people that could have got help and they didn't want to go that route. And things like this can happen,
So basically, I mean, I know she has caused the harm to herself and she has done a lot to get everything wound up. But there's a part of me that sees her as the walking wounded. So when you see that, the walking wounded, they tend to cause more harm.
Right.
I'm just not, y'all, I do not think I feel like sometimes when there's someone like Jag and we blame everything that they've done on like their mental illness. Let me finish my thought because I think it may be controversial. I feel like it's actually contributing to like the stigma of mental illness because there are a lot of people, and I think in whatever lens that you view it, like whether it's through time or whether through race or economics, the prominence of mental illness that just probably came to like our all collective consciousness within the past 2 years or so. I think that there are a lot of people that live with undiagnosed mental illness. And then we add in that additional layer of like economics, like who can afford help, who can afford long-term help, who can afford help that's compassionate rather than like a, being hospitalized, et cetera, et cetera. There are a lot of people that live with some form of mental illness and still don't behave in the worst manner possible.
No,
and
I
so
don't disagree.
Yeah, and so to just say that, like, okay, because, and I'm not saying you're saying this, Dana, not at all. I'm just saying in general, there are not everyone that is, like mentally ill cannot function or has like no concept of what's right and wrong or no concept of empathy, et cetera, et cetera. I feel like Jaguar has been the one thing that she has done is embroiled herself in negativity. And I do think a lot of that probably, maybe she didn't grow up that well, and had some sort of, clearly there's some form of like childhood trauma. And in that way, I am compassionate towards her. But at what point is like, okay, you have to deal with the consequences of your actions,
No, I don't disagree with you whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
And whoever said that about I could get scholarships or whatever now, no, I got my master's degree and I'm actually a therapist and started my PhD. So no, I went ahead and did it without my grandfather's help. So
yeah, I love to hear stuff like that.
I'm loving it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I didn't let you finish, Dana, explaining yourself. So I think that's why she thought you didn't go back. I apologize if that.
No, I'm stubborn. I went ahead and did it anyway. But no, I don't disagree with you whatsoever because you have to have an essence within yourself. Do you veer more toward doing the next right thing, or do you just want to hurt the next person because there's a shadow within yourself?
Right.
It's like the person that's walking around still being a bully.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I think at some point, go ahead.
Go ahead, Chris.
I was gonna say, I think different people have like a different level of like BS that they can take, and I don't think that her family of origin clearly in some way, they did not support her. They didn't intervene when they could have, so no, I'm not here to take that away from her. But I do think that most families that are every family has drama. Not every family is perfect, but I do think that most families, if someone in your family comes on the internet and is like, this person that's now dead is a R word, or this person was a P word, or this or that, especially when these people are no longer living.
They can't defend themselves.
Exactly. I can see how someone would be like, you know what, this is an opportunity. Someone reach out to us for an actual sit down interview. I'm going to be like, none of these things happen. And it's a shame. It's a shame if Jaguar was like treated when she was younger, maybe we wouldn't be here. But I see how what she has done at this point and the things that she said. It's not like she said, oh, one person hit me or I grew up in a shelter and that was the end of it. I think she went on and on and on, and they probably were like, yeah, no, you're gonna have to shut up. Those things weren't true. I don't recall them saying anything bad about her. I feel like they defended themselves, but that could just be me.
And there comes a point where people have to you can have a bad upbringing, but when you grow up as an adult, you have to take personal responsibility for your own actions. And just like when we were talking about YouTube, people come on here and it's ridiculous that they want to have drama and cause battles. Like they're back on the playground and they want people to gather up behind them to get on their side to see how many people are going to be on my side or your side. And if you're talking to them, you're not my friend.
Right. Exactly.
And they want to see how many clicks and subs they're going to get.
Yes. And I think even now, people are like, I'm still Team Jag. I'm Team Tasha. I'm Team none of those people. Like, I don't know them that well. From what
nobody has given me a check, so I can't be Team nobody.
And
it's a free country.
And you can like both of them. You can really like both of them for totally different reasons.
Right.
I just feel like for this specific issue, from the, from when I saw Jack, because I don't remember her music, but from when I saw her, I was like, wow, this is a bit much, and we're quarantined and we're bored, so we're all just interested.
I mean, when an innocent YouTuber that was attacked in the not so distant past, when an innocent YouTuber was getting dragged in the not so distant past, and then there was an apology video, and I was connected to that YouTuber, and I had done nothing wrong, but I was connected to them, I was getting attacked.
People love
that happens all the time.
And I was like, say what? You coming after me?
Right. I actually every time somebody mentions my name, the certain person, I go like, hey, please don't say my name. Please don't say my name. Please don't say my name. And they'll mention my name because my thing is that people will hear AT2 and be like, oh, AT2's connected. Let me go ahead and check out AT2 channel. And then it'll be different if it was somebody who was positive that said my name, then that's all great. But this person is negative, and I'm all like, please don't say my name. And they say my name all the time. And I'm like, oh, here we go.
YouTube needs to have people that report what's going on. Like you report a lot, and you're pretty objective, which I liked it.
Thank you.
I liked it because you were bringing objective science and just putting it out there, and it was refreshing. And YouTube needs to have more of that, more entertainment, more positivity needs to be flourished, and everybody's that's bringing we have enough of that crap on TV right now.
Right.
It needs to be just like flushed with light and laughter and objective, information that we can, talk about and not come after each other.
Right. I feel like, we can be shady and stuff like that towards each other, but it has to be lighthearted, funny, comedy. It's not funny anymore. It's very deep and dark.
When the conversation's over, right? Like the other night when you had this serious conversation about what goes on in the Black community. I mean, I loved it. It was needed.
Thank you.
At the end of the conversation, people should be able to shake hands and say, "You're my friend. This was great." Right?
I agree.
It's so needed. Educate each other. Have these open conversations. Let it be safe.
Right. Exactly. I totally agree with that. Before I let you guys go, I wanted to say, because I'm gonna let on the next two people as well too. Dana, do you have social media and everything that you want to give the people?
Not currently, but I am working on, and I'm scared to death, but I'm working on starting my new channel. Hopefully by the 1st of February, end of January, it will be Dear Dana, like a modern day Dear Abby.
I like that. And then Chris, any social media you want to give the people?
Sure. I have a YouTube channel where I actually talk about financial trauma and financial wellness called Fiscal Collective. So that's where y'all can find me.
Cool.
And this is my personal Instagram handle. So that's where you can find me being a person. So yes, Dana, I'm glad I finally got to see you.
Yes,
you too, Chris.
Yeah.
I'm at Dear Dana 3 on Instagram if anybody wants to friend me.
Oh, Dear Dana 3. Okay, I'm gonna definitely go ahead and add you, Dear Dana 3. All right, you ladies, thank you so much for joining me on this show. I really do appreciate that.
Keep up the great work, AT2.
For sure.
I love you. Thank you, Chris.
I'll talk to you later.
All right, bye-bye.
Okay, bye, you guys.
Thanks.
Bye.
Love you. Ooh.
Oh, did I? Oh, there we go. Technical difficulties. Okay, so returning for the second time back to the show, Kim and Isha, welcome back to the show. You there? I'm doing good. How about yourself? Oh, you it's going robotic. Yeah, it's still going. It's still going robotic. I can't understand. Like I hear you, but I can't understand it.
Oh wow. Okay.
Oh wait, hold on.
Can you
I
hear me
can hear you
now?
now. Yeah. Oh, that's perfect. I don't know what you
I'm in.
did.
Okay. I'm in a bad
What you wanted
area,
to add to
so
the
I'm gonna try to be
conversation?
brief with it.
Okay.
I was just like, I had seen her video. I seen her video earlier today. Where she, called her mom. The fact that she muted her comments so nobody can comment, let me know that she in tune to what she's doing. And she manipulated her mom the whole time. Her mom was
Oh,
basically
I
like
had
she
played
was
that
just trying to
clip
keep them.
earlier. I didn't know.
Yeah, she muted it. You couldn't comment on her page on YouTube. So when she did that, she made me believe she knew what she was doing when she done that. So she's very smart. She know what she be doing, but at the same time she have a mental. It's a mental issue for her to go
Right.
on these different platforms and basically degrade other celebrities or try to bring them down and stuff like that. She was very aware of what she was doing. So now in the backfire on her, I'm not saying Tasha K, that was good on Tasha K's part, but y'all know how Tasha K is. So,
right.
But at the same time, it
She's
needs to
a
be
pit bull.
exposed.
Tasha K gonna do what she gotta do.
Exactly. It's about the coin for her. She tell you it's about the coin for her. So I'm not upset that it came out, but Jaguar, I really think Jaguar needs to just like take a back seat for a while.
Right. Go away and then come back with music.
Exactly. She knows she have a mental issue. She have told people online that she have a mental issue. She's been diagnosed. So you know you have an issue, but yet you're not trying to. Yeah, but yet you're not trying to help it. Why you rather be in this big old cloud or be up in? Why would you want to be in something so dark and want other people to be in that dark place with you?
Right. Because I think I think the reason why people really got hooked to Jag is because she was going to expose the industry and stuff like that. And we kind of was like, yeah, because we heard things about the music industry, how it turns people out, and we wanted that to be exposed. But then somehow she started linking up with a whole bunch of bloggers, and we kind of lost what her message was originally about. I just had to think about it for a minute. What was her message or what was her point,
There wasn't no message. She was shooting at those celebrities to see if somebody was gonna bar back at her. She was like antagonizing. That's what she was trying to do. She was trying to get somebody to argue with her, and they totally ignored her. So when she seen that she wasn't getting no feedback from them, she chose the doggone blogger. And what's so crazy about it? What got me messed? And I know she's smart. She ain't dropped not one receipt about what she said about these celebrities, but yet you drop a doggone receipt or you talking to your mom to validate yourself, validate the lies that Tasha K, you say Tasha to put out on you.
So I never really thought about that. Like she dropped a receipt on her mom trying to get her mom caught up, but how come she never dropped any receipts or documents about anybody else?
Nobody. None of those celebrities that did anything she said to her. Nobody. So it's a game to her because she had the way, she had the means, but she didn't use and abuse her family so much. They didn't took all they can take. They know her. So she'll run from them. She'll run from them and she's gonna go to where people really don't know her. We just not figuring out through Tasha K. People had their own, clue about her. Like for something, if you listen to Jag, you knew something was wrong with Jag. Period, point blank.
Right.
My thing
that's true.
My thing is, I'm sorry for politics. I'm in a bad area. I'm so sorry.
It's fine.
I just wish Jag, because her music, she got such a beautiful voice, but it's never satisfying to her. She has to have chaos in her life. She has to be the center of that drama. She liked that fight. She got to
And
love
she
that
can
person in
really
order for her to,
sing too.
keep
That's
on
the
putting
sad
herself in
part.
situations. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So you done took your voice and you done voiced your opinion, not through your music, but through mess, gossip. You started this mess. And people want people to feel sorry. People want us that don't feel sorry for her to feel sorry for her. I can't feel sorry for someone that's aware. You're aware of your situation, but yet you're not trying to help yourself.
Right.
They say
You're
you
not
causing more
trying to help
chaos.
yourself at all.
Right. So
I
that's all I had to say.
definitely agree with that.
Yes, that's all I had to say because it made me mad the way she handled her mama. She put her mama on trial in front of everybody. How you gonna interrogate your mom? And we know you meant it because in the conversation, she pretty much trying to annoy you because she don't want you to get mad at her. Because she know when that monster come out, it comes out.
Right.
She was avoiding her. That's all she was doing, avoiding the confrontation.
Right. I told you she was like, yeah, mm-hmm. You know how you talk to crazy people. You just be like, yeah, really? You know?
Exactly. She tired of Jaguar. And Jaguar ought to be tired of Jaguar.
Right. She need to go ahead and retire already because we done with it at this point.
Yeah.
Kimanisha, do you have any social media where the people can find you at, or no? You stay low key.
I'm a whole truck driver. I get y'all when I can. I be everywhere, but I be listening everywhere. I'm a truck driver.
Well, you know I always love you. I always love you when you come on the show. I appreciate you so much.
And I love you too. Your spirit is just so wonderful. These people, you got a good spirit. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I won't let them change me unless they start paying me $1 million. And of course, I'm going to change. But I won't let them change.
Get bougie, but don't change your personality.
Right. I love you. You have a good night, okay?
You too. Thank you.
Bye. All right, y'all. So coming on for the first time, Mimi, what's up?
What's up, AT? How you doing? Can you hear me?
How you doing?
Can you hear me?
Yes, you sound good.
So my internet is okay?
Your internet.
It's okay?
Yeah, your internet is okay.
Yeah, so I missed the whole her calling her mom thing. I'm gonna have to check that one out.
Oh, let me play it right now because some people are coming in. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. Y'all be coming in, don't be like, share, and subscribing, and then y'all don't be dropping no money in the Cash App. You know I be begging. I'm gonna go ahead and play it for you right now, okay?
Okay. I don't get your medicine. I take all of your money. I've been stealing from you for years. That's a shame. What do you mean that's a shame? I'm saying it's a shame that somebody can say that. Mom, I didn't say somebody said it. I said your granddaughter and your niece said it. I know. What do you mean you know? Well, tell me that. No, I'm telling you, I have people all over my Instagram saying that I'm robbing you, saying that I'm stealing from you. And you got nothing to say about it. Then they said that I'm the one that had you declared mentally incompetent, and I'm the one that had you. Why is he on the phone? What is this? It must be about this. Okay, Mom, I'm talking to you. Okay, I'm calling back. I had you.
Yeah, so to kind of give you a little background, basically she was calling her mom saying like, you know, your niece and your granddaughter did this video about me and they lied. She's claiming like she's not stealing her money. She didn't take her, you know, she didn't stop her from getting her medication. Basically trying to defend herself, but it seemed like her mom was just like, "Oh, okay, yeah, you know,
okay, honey, sure." I mean, like she's such a bully. Like when she speaks to people, you see how she did her son's grandmother. Like I'd be just telling her, yeah, sure. Oh yeah, that's wrong. What do you want me to say? Because you know she's scary. I mean, her mom's probably terrified of her.
Yeah, it's kind of like whatever you say, okay, whatever you say, you know, because they're alleging that there was some kind of abuse going, you know, elderly abuse and stuff like that, and I hope that's not true. I have to say alleged, but I hope that's not true. So her mom just seems like she really cares about her daughter, but yet don't want to piss her off.
Right. Well, who would want to piss her off? Like, I don't want to piss her off.
Mm-hmm.
So, with her, like, I do think there's like some trauma back there in her childhood, but it's just really hard to know. And I believe there's some truth in there somewhere mixed in.
Right.
But you can't.
I do believe there is some truth.
But you can't believe anything because she's told so much other stuff and she's so manipulative. It's like, I don't really care what's true anymore. Like, I just don't feel sorry for her. And that's sad because, you know, she's taken away from what is legitimately probably wrong and turning it into a circus where nobody cares, you know, about it. So that's what I have to say about her.
Yeah. Do you think that before I let you go, do you think that Jaguar is going to be able to redeem herself, or do you feel like this is going to keep going on and on and it's just like one of those people that we look for, and I don't want to say the person's name because they're going to put that election stuff on there. It's kind of like that last president that we had, when you look at certain things and they're like infamous for, like, you know, the controversy. Is that what Jag is going to keep doing? Like, just living in the controversy? Or is she going to look at this and like say like, hey, I need a change?
I don't think so. I mean, if she does, that's great, but I don't see it. I think her ego and her pride and she just seems to want to win, like to be the one that's right.
Yeah.
Like, okay, no pun intended. No pun intended, but she wants to be right so much that I don't think she I don't think she would. I don't think she would be willing to look. I think she's very unself-aware. Like, she don't see anything wrong with her own actions. So I don't think so. I don't see it. I mean, she'd really have to, something really drastic would have to happen for her to, you know, look at herself and make
really
changes.
That's true.
But I just don't see it because, like I said, she just seems to just has to fight. She wants to fight, I think.
That's all she wants to do.
That's what she seems to want to do right now. And, you know, I just the way she like put out there, like just lied about her son being autistic and talking about their family and all the family and stuff, like, that's just horrible. Like, who does that to their own kid? Like, I don't care if it's true or not. Like, you don't do it. Like, not that I don't think it's true, but I mean, I'm just saying, like, that's just disgusting. She's disgusting.
Yeah, just I mean, I'm just happy that my family handles certain situations better than other people's. I'm not trying to be cocky or anything like that. But when AT2 gets to that level, because I will, when AT2 gets to that level, I don't think there's going to be any surviving AT2, you know?
Let's hope not.
Let me cross my fingers. You never know. Well, hopefully there's no surviving.
Because AT will be like, yeah, Dana and Chris and Mimi they was all no.
Right. You know, I'm a rant about it on my channel. But yeah. But Mimi, did you have anything else you wanted to add?
Not really. Just keep doing what you're doing. I enjoy your channel a lot. I agree with everybody else. You know, I like that you're doing different content. You know, I'm sick of reality TV. Yeah, there's a place for that, but there's so many already doing that. And
right, everybody and their mama doing 90-day housewives. I can't keep doing that, you know. I'll spring it on you, but I just can't keep doing that every single day.
Yeah. And I mean, just your town hall was like really great. Like, that's great content.
Thank you for being in the comments too. I appreciate that because I always like the feedback. So I appreciate you.
Like, and so needed. And there's multiple topics that could be spoken about. That one in particular, of course. But I mean, just to have some content that's interesting and people learn from it, you know, and can still have a laugh at the same time.
Right.
It's fantastic. So
yes, and that will be coming next Saturday, you guys, too. Next Saturday, we will be doing another town hall at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So.
Okay. Well, I'm chicken to be on camera, so I've only done it one other time, I think. So.
Well, no, thank you for coming on camera. I appreciate
Yeah,
that. Do you want to
I
give
even did my hair. No, I'm kidding.
Oh,
I
hey, I
did.
like you.
I did. I'm
Mimi,
playing.
do you have any social media that you want to give the people, or do you want to stay low key?
No, I'm just a regular person, y'all. I mean, I am Mimi Biz 3121 on Instagram, but anybody can add me. I think I added a few people from here already.
Yes, and I love how you guys build your own community. So I think that's dope. Within the
and
chat.
I'm really glad to see Dana here too, because I see her on Up and Adam all the time. I love Dana.
Yes,
so it's nice to see someone you like from another place over here.
Right.
I want all the people I like over here. I want all the people I like over here.
Right. They should be over here.
Over here.
Thank you so much for coming on the show. I appreciate
all right, my dear.
So much. I love you.
Mwah. All right. Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey, Margot.
Hi.
Thank you for coming on the show. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. What you wanted to add to the conversation? It's crazy. It's getting crazy here.
I love it. It's amazing. The mess. But my sister has schizophrenia. So I was watching Jag, and the first time I saw her, I was like, girl, and I feel like when you brought up an amazing point when you were like, Black families love to hide it. My parents are African. We will put that thing 30 feet deep. It'll be swept under the rug. And for a while, she was just depressed. And depressed people don't talk to themselves and come out with different personalities. She also has DID, which is why I understood what Jag has is blackout drunk, which I understand. I don't think that's DID. Like my sister was her last name was Rivera for like 3 weeks at one point, and we are no way Latin. Yeah. Which and then another thing is I texted her before and I was like, do you mind if I bring you up? And she was like, no problem. Like you have to tell your family like what's up. So I'm a little more harsh when it comes to Jag, because it's like, like there's no way, like, if you talk mess about everyone and you expect no one to talk mess about you, that's insane.
Right. I'm not taking you off, but I'm gonna put you big because I don't want you to be in the controversy. But I want to ask you, do you think this might be the problem? Just watch me when I do it. Do you think that could be allegedly the problem?
But why don't you do that?
Or could it be too much wine in the wine glass?
No, because I drink wine all the time, and I am not doing any of that sort. But, she does sniffle a lot. There's a lot of sniffles. I live in Vegas, so, people sniffle here.
Right. Could have the sniffles, booger sugars, whatever you want to call it. Hey, AT, I gave you a shout out last night.
I also think she's bored.
Yeah.
She's very bored.
I think she created this persona of like, I'm gonna expose the industry, and then it's really like she really took like I was saying earlier, how do I want to put this? She started out great with like, I want to expose the industry, what's really going on there and stuff like that. And then somewhere it got really dark, and then it was like, wait, do you know this for a fact, or are you just spreading other people's gossip,
Because what she's saying is nothing new. She's saying these people like do this and do that, and like the P thing, like that's nothing new. We all knew this. But then she'd be adding dates and times. She's like, yeah, I saw Sean Diddy Combs at Starbucks at 4:45, and he was like, she adds these dates and times, and you're like, how did you remember that? What she's saying is nothing new. You can do a Google search. Someone has already said this at one point in time or the other. Clive Davis is not checking for you in the car. I'm really, really close to calling SPCA because you got a dog living in the car, and I got 2 dogs here, and they would never.
Oh, like, in the cooler.
I mean, I saw that. I was like, oh no, not the cooler. What? No,
it was funny. It was a little uncomfortable, but it was funny. I I want to read Blair's comment. Blair Foxlove and the Blair Show. I want to say I apologize that I didn't shout you out. She said, "Hey AT2, I gave you a shout out last night and you didn't give me one back. I apologize for that. So now I want my shout out." Okay. Definitely Blair Foxlove and the Blair Show. I'm shouting her out. Hey, what I'm gonna do is go ahead and put your link in the description too, so people can follow your channel after the video's done. So that's what I'm gonna do for you. I love you. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Margot.
Right? I'm just reading this comment. Homeless in a car, pregnant, stray dogs, mentally on. I mean, can you really?
It's a lot going on, and you know what? It's not that I want to beat up on her. Do you guys see her comedian Lunel conversation? If not, it's not. It's on Night and Day Network. I've only seen clips of it. I haven't seen the whole thing. I'll definitely check it out. But what was I gonna say? Oh, it's almost like she goes on these like rants and stuff like that. And I understand like you can get angry and stuff like that, and maybe sometimes it's entertainment. But like I always go back to, it seems like it's coming from a very, very dark place. Like maybe she doesn't even realize what she's saying, because like nobody on the internet can make me that mad, to tell you the truth. There's nothing that I haven't said about myself. I say my credit score is negative 300. I have negative 1,500 on my bank account. I'm on unemployment. They still haven't given me both stimmy checks. So, you know, as far as anybody exposing me, there's no.
Bruh, what's your catch up again real quick? Like, right there. You got like Zelle, like, bruh.
Oh, what's up, Willie? I appreciate you.
But yeah, but that's also you, right? Like that's also just like no one can make me mad in person on the internet. I do not care. But like that's also just you. But like someone like that, like she's been angry for a long time. Like no one's this angry for that long except for Kanye, and Kanye has something that's going on with him.
Yeah, Kanye's kind of you know.
Right, but you know, she just
about him and Jeffree Star hooking up. I said they look perfect together. Yo, that looks like his face.
When I woke up and saw that, and I was like taking a shower, contemplating life. Like what?
Yeah, like I do this show called "Do You Even Care?" and it's basically I compile all the celebrity gossip that I don't care about, but I talk about it because I'll do anything to be famous. But I'll talk about it, right? So the show is titled "Do You Even Care?" And so I said, "Yo, don't this look like his type?" People was mad at me, but that looked like
that's what I said. I was like, Jeffree Star looked like the kind of person to get butt implants and like darken. I was like, I can see it, but then it's also like, can you imagine being Kim Kardashian the day that came out? Like, bro, you left for Jeffree Star, Voldemort, for real?
Yo, allegedly, you know, they said Kris Jenner put that out.
I believe it. There's no allegedly. She would do anything to get who's Kardashian up, child, and I will be watching. Like, are you going to Montana? I was really, really sure I was going to go to Montana. I was that nosy. I was like, I need to see this. I need to see them holding hands at like Cracker Barrel. Like,
right.
Yeah, I believe
That's true. Question. I haven't even been asking y'all. Have you seen the Surviving series and stuff like that? Have you watched it yet?
The whole thing, or just what? I wasn't gonna pay for it, so I watched what was on YouTube.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, she actually released part 1 and part 2, which we already paid her $15, and then she gonna release it. Tasha, you know you dirty. I don't care, Tasha,
but
that you
that was
my
so
show.
Smart.
You know you dirty for that.
I was so smart because I was like, people are gonna pay for this and then be mad they paid, but you've already paid. Technically, you got your product. She Kardashian does. And it's
yeah, she Kardashian does. I can't even be mad at Tasha because she Kardashian does. I'm mad, but I ain't mad.
You're upset because you're not playing. I understand.
But I want to ask you, because there's people still on the fence, and I just want to say I respect everybody's opinion. I don't want you guys to think that you need the same opinion as me, but do you feel that Tasha took this too far?
No.
Okay.
Because
I agree.
in regards to like my sister, she would manipulate people to the point of saying these horrible things about our family. And I was like, that, like, people would be like, that didn't even happen. Like, even like close family members of ours, like, she would manipulate them for money. She was staying with this one lady for like 3 weeks, and she said that there was abuse going on in the house. And I was like, first of all, we live in a gated community. Let some abuse come. The neighborhood watch will be on our door. We're the only Black people for like 15 miles. Come on now, right? But right. So she would say things, but it wasn't until I would literally meet people and be like, she's manipulative, she's schizophrenic, she's doing A, B, and C, watch out. What Tasha K did wasn't bad. If you still believe Jaguar Wright, that's your right. She's very believable. Right. She gives you time, dates, weather, everything. Like, she's very believable. But unless you meet someone and you've had that experience, you can't see the BS before it starts. I think Tasha K did. I would have gone even deeper. She might be glad it wasn't me. I would have found her first grade teacher, kindergarten, pre. Hey, who was a nurse who helped birth her? I would have found everyone, because it's real. You have to make sure you're like, you need to protect other people. That the lady on that one girl who I absolutely love, because she's from Maryland, I'm from Maryland, so I'm like, yes, all the way.
Shout out to Maryland.
Yeah, whose live you were on, I think yesterday, because I was nosy. I wanted to see what happened in part 2.
The plaintiff Shane, right?
Yes, I just found her. Yeah, she's very in Oh, you're awesome. Maryland all day. I moved from there to get from my crazy sister, but here I am. Yeah, Tasha K didn't go.
I think with Tasha, because like, let's be real. Tasha has gone a little bit too far. Oh shoot, Margot. I was gonna say Tasha K has gone too far with a lot of people, especially like Cardi B and stuff like that, and that's why stuff is happening. But I feel that Jag studied before she got on social media. I have said this before to you guys. I think that Jag studied YouTube and was all like, who can I hook up? Who can I connect to? And that's how she kind of got started. I feel like she studied it. Nobody. Now, if you did start your YouTube channel without studying, then whatever. If it works for you, it works for you. If it don't, it don't. But let me say this. Everybody who jumps on YouTube has studied it. They studied it before they just started rambling and everything like that. Let me read some of your comments. I'm sorry I've been neglecting y'all, but I have to keep the conversation going. Listen to Lashonda interview. This lady had no reason to lie on her. She seemed so sweet, honest, and her intentions were pure. After hearing her side, yeah, I would have to say that talking to Lashonda personally, or Wizdom, talking to Wizdom personally, I love speaking with her. She's very pleasant. She doesn't yell. She doesn't, cuss out people or anything like that. I had a good conversation with her, You can still use the clips if you have her to protect yourself, so she can't snatch and strike you. Some stuff going on. Okay, let me put that down real quick. Okay. Black family, I was prescribed meds for anxiety, and my mother threw it away, saying that Black people don't need no medicine. Kennedy, thank you for bringing that up, because I want to talk about Black mental health and the Black Town Hall, which will be next Saturday. So make sure you guys check that out. Okay, Jag got what she deserved. Okay. So if I missed any of your comments, I apologize. Yeah, Dana. Dana, I would like you to be a part of that too, because I would like to get your perspective on some of the trauma and stuff like that. All right, so let me go ahead and add on Kim Anisha coming back on the. I think this is the first time I had somebody come back for the second time that didn't have like internet issues. What's up, Kim Anisha? I think her internet. Kim Anisha, you're mute. You're on mute.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Okay, I can hear you now.
I was gonna answer you. I'm answering your question now. My internet still messed up too. But anywho, Tasha K was most definitely wrong for exposing her in that way she exposed her in. I ain't mad at her because I looked at the documentary, but Tasha K have the same issues as Jaguar. Both of them was doing celebrity takedown. Both of them. Mm-hmm. Both of them was getting into other people's business and exposing them for the spill. Now, how her karma, how how Jaguar's coming and came back and he slapped her in her face. I want to see how bad Tasha K is gonna slap hers in her face, because you can't be doing people like this just for a monetary gain. And that's exactly what she's doing. And she's exposing people for monetary gain. I ain't mad at that hustle, but it's the way she go about doing it. She would dig a doggone hole through your soul when she go after you. She's very malicious with it.
And I still go back to the thing where, for Tasha K, I think this is entertainment. For Jaguar, I think that this is real for her. But she didn't realize the game that she was playing. Like I said, she had to have studied who Tasha K was before she jumped on YouTube. But I feel that I feel like she wasn't ready. She wasn't ready for what Tasha K was going to bring. She should have did a little bit more research,
Now she was just seeing it on the outside, but she never caught her rap personally. See, all this was Tasha K did this to outdo her doggone mentee initially. But when she found out it was doggone diamonds in the doggone rock, she went for all she knew. She made it worth it. And it benefited her well. Whereas Jag just doing it like, you're not making a coin off what you're doing. Why you smart enough to make
monetizing it?
Exactly. Why not be smart enough to make it work for you? You living in your car, honey. You catching a shower every other day, however you do it. In a motel room somewhere, at a friend house somewhere. Get your life together. Why are you so focused on what's going on in the YouTube world when you even got your personal life together? You 43 years old and you ain't stable. Come on, man. She gonna have to do better.
Right.
And we can't just be blaming it on a minute. She knows she has this issue. If you want to be better, you want to have to do better. She want to take the steps and doing better for herself. And the fact that she's not really acknowledging that she'll tell you she crazy as hell. But you crazy. Why not go and get some medication for it to calm your doggone emotional state down? Because she emotionally lit. So I just want to say, I think she was wrong, but she's just a business woman when it comes to making her money. You can't knock Tasha K for what she does. But honey, I never want her to know my skeleton.
Right. That's why I just doxed myself. I said my credit score is -300. I got -1,500.
Exactly.
That's why they say I'll be begging.
Exactly. Oh, speaking of begging, why is your super check not on?
Oh wait, hold on. Say that one more time.
Why is your super check button not on?
You know what? I am monetized. I don't know why it's not on. That's why I always have the Cash App and stuff. Well, because YouTube be taking your money. But I got the Cash App and then I got the PayPal and the Venmo and everything like that.
Oh, okay. So well, I do it through PayPal.
Okay, yeah. The link is in the description of the video.
Okay, then. But I'm not going to come back on. I just had to say, yeah, she is wrong. You don't do nobody like that to that level.
All right, Kim Anisha, I love you. Thank you for coming back on. All right, Margot. It had cut out. I forgot what I had asked you about before it had cut out.
Wait, but my sister called me, which is why it cut out. She's watching the live right now. She wanted me to let people know that her last name was not Rivera, it was Rodriguez. I was like, girl, when she was going through her, I was like, girl, she's watching this. Hey, girl, hey. But it was not Rivera, it was Rodriguez. I thought she was going to curse me out too. I was like, oh no, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
Yeah, that's what, when you said your sister called, I was like, oh, she definitely gonna cut
like, yeah, she said put some respect on my name.
Miss Leo, click on the link when I drop it, and then you should be able to it'll take you to a screen. You have to use Firefox for iPhone, or you have to use Google Chrome for Android. So, and then it should work. But keep going. I'm sorry. What else I wanted to ask you was that with Jag exposing like these celebrities, do you feel like besides Tasha K, would it have been someone else to finally like expose her and stuff like that? Or
yeah, definitely. I think even just from the lady who she stayed with, she's gonna F around with a lot of people, so people are gonna end up exposing her. I think there's more to come. I think that, I mean, people are like, when will she stop? We need to help her. Like, there's no way to help her stop until literally she stops herself. And mental health in America is really hard. Like, until my sister either hurts herself or hurts someone else in the beginning, and when it was really bad, they couldn't do anything about it. So it's a matter of time before, like, someone else comes out with something else. It's not, we're just seeing the beginnings of this, to be honest. And it's not going to get any better. I'm not going to lie to y'all. Like, everyone was like, this is my last dive bath. I'm like, no, it's not. I'll be here next time she does something.
I know. I said my last video is my last thought, and then this whole thing had came up, and I was all like, okay, well, I got to talk about it. So
because she has a fight or flight response like a normal person, and not everyone's calling out her stuff, so she's probably going to fight about it.
Do you now, with her threatening to sue people, do you feel that it's just a threat, or do you feel like it's serious?
So I don't know her coins, but personal experience with, my sister suing people, she sues people a lot. I don't know if that's a thing, but she sues. I don't know if she has the coins to sue someone, because lawsuits take money, but if it could be an empty threat and get for money for it. It's impossible to see, but she might sue somebody. It won't go anywhere. This is freedom of speech. It's content. You put yourself out there first.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I definitely agree with that. I'm gonna go ahead and add on Miss Leo. She's been struggling to come on. Welcome for the first time, Miss Leo. Oh, wait, hold on. That was my fault. Did I?
Go ahead and add on.
There we go, Miss Leo. How you doing?
For the first time, Miss Leo. Yes, I have been. Oh, wait, hold on. That was my fault.
Oh, you got me on in the background.
Yes, I have been struggling trying to work this internet.
Can you turn down the sound in the background?
Yes, can you hear me better?
Oh, yes, I can hear you. It was echoing, echo. But what you wanted to add to the conversation?
Wait a minute, something got to give, because I can't hear you.
You can't.
Oh, yes, I can hear you. It was echoing. Oh, wait. What you wanted to add to the conversation? No, well, first off, right, because like Tasha had said, remember I had seen you in the chat before. Wait, let me move. I had seen you in the chat before.
I can't really hear you still. It sounds muffled.
Is she turning you down? Let's turn you down.
Miss Leo, did you turn down the sound? Miss Leo, if you can hear us, go out and come back in. I'm gonna drop the link again. Go out and come back in if you can. Yeah, I think she had me on because she couldn't hear it, so she had to hear it through the TV or the monitor or whatever. So I think that's what it was.
Another thing I wanted to say was Jaguar Wright's family saying there's no one else in their family who has mental illness is complete BS. I'm calling BS on their side. They have an uncle, cousin, friend who's a little weird sometimes and talks to themselves in the window. I promise you, because we all do. It wasn't until my sister started exhibiting signs and it was like, oh yeah, I had that one cousin. I'm like, yeah, that's complete BS.
Oh yeah, we know.
Right? And that's what you said again, putting just putting on the rug and just sweeping on the rug. And it's like, no, tell people that. You should tell people that there's other people like that.
I agree with you. And I think also another thing was that there was so many people saying that, she's this, she's that. But towards the end of the documentary, and I haven't watched the YouTube version of it, but Tasha did say that it's not the mom that was schizo. It was, and this was on the Patreon version. that it was the dad that was schizophrenic, and her dad didn't want to have any more children because of it. So
that's
that's
valid.
what.
I'm not having personal moment. I'm not having kids because my kids might be schizophrenic. It's a horrible thing. And when it's relayed to you, the way it was relayed to me, which was imagine being lost in your own mind, and your reaction to that is either anger, sadness, which is a depressive state, or Jaguar Wright's anger. You know.
Exactly. Avina's comments. Wizdom said they said that Jackie's dad was okay. Wizdom verified it too. Yeah, it was the dad that was schizophrenic, not the mom. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and add Miss Leo. See if the sound working. Miss Leo.
Yes, I'm back. I hope that sounds better.
Yes, I don't hear nothing in the background. It's good now.
So what
okay,
I was
what
saying
you wanted
to
to
you
add to the
was
conversation?
I had told you in the chat before. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh.
Is it like some kind of feedback in your ear or something? Or
yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but I can hear you though. It's no echo in the back.
So what I was saying before was I told you before, it all depends on what Tasha was going to ask her son because she wasn't, you know, asking, you know, like inappropriate questions. You know what I'm saying? But Jag had got me when she kept saying that she was raped so many times and then she was full-blown lesbian, but then she's married to all these men. So it's like, which one is it?
I do know that Jag said it was like a cover-up, basically. So she was married to a man so she could cover up that she she had like this long relationship with a woman. They never said who it was and stuff like that, and I understand the woman's not alive, so that's probably best. But
here you go again. You telling everybody's business, but you're not going to tell that female's business. Like, come on. You can't have it
you got
both
a point.
You can't have it both ways.
You have a point. For real.
I can't lie. You have a point with that.
At the end of the day, to have like this epiphany, oh, you know, the guy had came down to me and told me to spread everybody else's business and so forth and so on. Like, that doesn't make sense. That sounds crazy.
Right. That does.
Yeah, that sounds crazy.
Do you think Jag was originally doing this? And I'm gonna ask this in a different way. Do you think Jag was originally doing this for entertainment, and then when people started catching on, she was all like, "Oh, I gotta keep this going," you know, maybe, or she believes in what she's saying?
I'm going to say, like, people who do have psychological issues do things for entertainment at first. But then they say it so much that they actually start to believe it.
I agree with that.
They do. They say something just to see if you want to say, what? For real? That happened? And then once they catch you in that moment, they will keep rolling with it. Right.
And I was saying too, like, you know, we have this thing about like we love anybody who exposes the industry. And so I think that we all kind of clamored onto it. I know that I did. I was like, oh, this is good. This is entertaining, you know, like at the demise of other people. And it made me realize, like, yo, why didn't you question some of this stuff before? And I'm not saying that Jag is a complete liar or anything like that, because I do believe that some stuff is true. And especially when she talks about her own experience, I do believe there's some stuff that is true. But, you know, there's her side, the other side, and then there's the truth. There's always three sides to the story.
I will say this, right? When you're young, right, you may go through certain things for a little while, not catching on or being naive or just trying to get to a certain point. But then it comes a point where you just be like, I'm not participating in this because this is not right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when you get to that point, like, I'm not participating in this. But then, don't get me wrong, because people in the industry, they probably do, you know, prey on individuals who have a poor home and things like that.
Right.
But those people that might have a poor home are not coming with those issues of you might go to jail, so you gonna stop our money.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And we don't want nothing that's gonna cause too much of an issue, because if it's gonna get us kicked out of places that's going where we supposed to collect our money from, that don't look good either.
Exactly. I have another question. I'm gonna start with you first, Margot, because I found it interesting that they said like her family was like a middle class family. You know, she came from a 2-parent home. I'm not saying that you can't have trauma because of that, but the way that Jack kind of tells her story, it sounds like real traumatic, and then it just seems it just lets me know that no matter what your upbringing is, because you know I always make the joke like I grew up privileged and stuff like that, and you know my parents kicked me out, and then that's why my ass is broke right now. But anyway, it makes me think like, you know, it really doesn't matter where you come from, you can still have struggle no matter what. You know, what do you think about that, Margot?
Oh, I completely agree. Like, my sister has schizophrenia, my parents called depression, and my mother's a whole doctor. She could medically diagnose what was happening. It doesn't matter what your financial circumstances are growing up. It literally makes no difference, because once, like you said, it's a white person's issue. You know, it's a white person, whatever. It's not, because we don't want to admit that in general.
We don't want to admit it.
So it has no bearings. Your parents could make millions and billions of dollars, and if they don't want to admit it, they don't want to admit it. And they can make like 5 cents an hour and admit it and try to get you help. It really doesn't matter. And I feel like the more privileged and wealthier and socioeconomically well you're doing, the more they want to cover stuff up.
Right. I agree with that. And then Miss Leo, what about you? Do you think that you know, if you have a better upbringing or if you have a worse upbringing, like well, no, not upbringing, if your family is financially stable versus your family doesn't have the resources or they're in poverty, at the end of the day, do you think that makes a difference about who you are, or everybody experiences trauma no matter what?
Well, I'm going to say everybody experiences trauma, but the wealthier you are, people are more guaranteed to try to get help only because they don't want to be embarrassed.
Right. 2216. I dropped the link again. Come back on and I'll let you on. But yeah, Miss Leo, I agree with you what you were saying. I also found it interesting in the film because Miss Leo, I forgot to ask you, did you watch it?
I did. I watched the YouTube version because I couldn't afford Patreon. I'm sorry.
You didn't get scammed like I did.
Listen, between cable, the internet, and then Tasha couldn't afford it. I had to say no somewhere.
Right. So somewhere you had to draw the line.
Yeah.
But I was gonna ask you, what was your overall feeling of the film?
Well, I think it probably shouldn't have been called a documentary.
It was more like 60 minutes.
Yeah, but the overall content was really, really good, because Tasha have had like a couple of videos that you probably would have been like, she could have done without that. But that video, it was really, really done very excellent. Even down to the questioning of her son, I think was very done tastefully.
She handled it very well. She did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I like overall, I think it was a good documentary. You know, like as far as Jaguar, like I never even heard of Jaguar until she started coming up on the scene, and I was like a bad boy fiend, you know what I'm saying, back in the day.
Right.
And I'm like, I never heard of Jag. So it's like, so when she started saying, you know, all this stuff or whatever, yeah, it was interesting. It caught my attention. Mm-hmm. But I just think for overall, and her husband just sit there in the background and just be complacent. So I'm just like totally just don't understand where he even comes from.
Oh yeah, that's still weird to me, how he just be in the background, either sleeping or he just be there just looking like, and it's
maybe
like
the sugar, you know, like
yeah, like as a man, you would just be like, you know, like maybe you should talk to a therapist, not YouTube.
Yeah.
You know Maybe
I'll be
we
like,
just
hey, babe, you know, you
write a
might want to
book.
calm down with all that. You know, we might want to
Yeah.
try to redirect this, you know. But it just seems like she just goes off and he's just there like, and I'm like, you just,
Yeah, like that part I don't understand.
you know, it's giving me very creeper vibes. But but before I let you guys go, because I'm gonna end this in the next 5 minutes, I wanted I'll start with Margot. Margot, go ahead and tell the people where they can find you at on social media.
I mean, you can follow my Instagram. I just post memes. If I look cute, I'll post it. But it's at King Margo on Instagram. It's just memes of me being cute and my dogs. I'm kidding.
And Miss Leo, I think that's your sound. Let me see. Hold on.
No.
Okay, I think that was her sound. Let me see. Miss Leo, you there?
Yeah.
Come on.
Oh, she's trying. Oh, okay. There we go. Miss Leo, you there? Oh, hopefully, Miss Leo, if you can hear us, put your information in the chat where people can find you at. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Margot, for coming on the show. I really appreciate you coming on. Have a good one.
You too. Bye.
Bye. All right. So next, coming up on the show, we have 2216 Productions. You there?
Hello.
What's
Yes, I'm
up?
here. I'm here. I don't want to show my face. But I just want to say this. And I hope we all can understand mental illness is prevalent right now. But
Yes.
I think we missed two important things. One, we cannot dispute that boy has some autism. He has it. So let's stop playing with that. He has it. And then
now you don't think he's an introvert?
No, I think he has autism. But he's a high
Oh, here we go.
functioning. He's high functioning. You can hear it. Bless his heart. You can hear it when he's speaking in his eyes and just his mannerisms. You can catch it, right? Then another thing I want to point out. Then I'll jump off and we can just have this conversation. The family. I don't believe them. I believe something happened to her. Something happened to her, and the way they are like, to me, they're covering it up because they come across as this bougie black family. So Jag is the type of person that she will speak the truth, but her personality and her mental, the trauma, we're forgetting the trauma. And the third thing I want to point out, which will be, and I'll be willing to do an interview with you because I'm telling you, one of the ladies on your show just put in the chat, her daddy was a pastor. We don't want to talk about the abuse in the black church. The abuse in the black church, I believe if we go deeper, Tasha should have went deeper. There's some stuff that happened to her with her dad. I guarantee you that. By him being a black pastor, we've been trained to accept that abuse in the black church. Don't talk about it outside of the church and the home. And I'm gonna stop. Go ahead, baby.
Here's the thing. I definitely agree with you in regards to that. But Tasha did interview the husband, and the ex-husband, and the ex-husband said like her father was abusive. But then Jaguar had when she went on her rant, she had said, "Stop lying. My dad wasn't abusive. Don't you ever talk about my dad." So is she trying to defend her dad even though there was some abuse, or could you have gotten it wrong and her dad did abuse her, you know?
I seen one interview where they were speaking about how the dad would grab her and hold her up against the wall when she bought bad grades.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because Jaguar's claiming that her father was never abusive. That's what Jaguar said this out her own mouth. She said the dad wasn't, and they lied about that.
I believe the family is covering up. I believe there was some kind of abuse going on. I believe because her mental state, trauma can cause you to get mental illness. That's basically what it is, unless you genetically inherited it. But I can see when I found out her father was a pastor, I guarantee you that's the secret right there. And when we abuse like that, we're trained to defend our abuser. Some people are trained to defend.
Happen.
And then when you come out of a family who wants to protect that image, I can see, I just don't believe that niece, because how in the world, think about it, your auntie over there using the same needle and you letting that fly, y'all supposed to be smart. Ain't nobody dial 1-877-772-1213, which is the Social Security number, and report that. They should be ashamed of themselves getting on there, even speaking about their auntie, and y'all never called Social Security? Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. No, I'm not insinuating sexual abuse. I'm insinuating some kind of physical abuse or mental abuse. I don't think she was sexually abused. I think she was mentally abused.
Okay, you think she was
some level of trauma?
Yeah.
Some level of trauma. And I don't want to go on with it, but I will jump off. But Kamisha, I believe it was some kind of abuse. I don't believe it was sexual. Yeah. And that baby do have autism. They all in denial. They all in denial.
We cannot diagnose him.
That baby, anybody with some common sense can listen to him and know he off in some kind of manner. And I'm not trying to be funny. Because you could be intellectual, I know you're not trying to be funny, but autism.
we cannot off of one interview. We can't just diagnose and be like, oh, that boy.
No.
Yeah, I know. That one interview,
I know. And be like, oh, she crazy. You know what I mean? We ain't stuck on stupid here.
I get you, but at the same time, can you imagine like your mom going on all these rants and stuff like that? You gotta be kind of taken aback and be like, oh shit, I gotta defend all this. She's saying all this stuff about me. He probably has never been on camera before. That was his first time in a public atmosphere. So, a lot can go into it. But, I mean, he answered the questions. He's very intelligent. That's evident, and that has nothing to do with being on the spectrum or not. They all are intelligent. But, I just don't believe. I believe that he's an introvert,
Okay.
Yeah.
But I bet
no,
somebody
I appreciate
that's
your
watching,
comment, though.
Somebody that has an autistic relative would know when they saw him or heard his voice and how he spoke. You could tell. I'm just saying, you can really tell that he does have it. And I think the entire family is in denial. I believe Jaguar was abused and she had to hide it to the point it drove her crazy. I believe everything. I don't believe everything she's saying. Because sometimes when your family don't believe in you, you begin to exaggerate it. That become part of your personality because it in hopes somebody will believe you. Okay, baby. Thank you.
Right. Oh no, you're welcome. You want to give the people your information where they can find you at?
2216 on Twitter. I'm on Facebook and I'm also on Stationhead.
Oh, okay, Stationhead.
I've been a little sick, so I'm just getting started. But yeah, you'll see some of my work. There's some of my work out there.
Okay, I'll definitely check you out. Thank you for coming on the show. I appreciate your perspective. I promise I do.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good one. I liked her. Even though she had a different perspective, I did like her. Because like I said, I don't want everybody to agree with everything I said. I want people with different perspective. Please bring me on. I interviewed Jag on my radio show. Oh, Patrice says Patrice, I dropped the link. I'll drop it again for you. But let me go ahead and add Tiffany. Tiffany, welcome to the show.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I am wonderful. Can you hear me? Because the volume is a little bit low for me.
Oh, you sound perfect. I'll yell. People gonna get mad because I'm yelling.
No, I think on StreamYard it minimizes the volume, I think. But This is what I want to say. I'm a new subby, by the way. I caught you the other night and I thought you were just fantastic. And
thank you.
But I love all of these YouTube doctors that's diagnosing this young man. If you listen to the interview that she had with what Tasha had with Jack's son, there was a delay in the video because she had her earbuds on and he was listening through his computer. So if you would listen closer, there was a delay. So when Tasha said something, it looked like he was processing her question, but actually you could hear Tasha on his end. So there was a delay. Secondly, he is not, I don't believe he's autistic at all. And I wish people would pronounce that word right. It's autistic. And everybody keeps saying artistic. Artistic. He may have an artistic ability, but he's not autistic. Let's get that right. Let's learn how to enunciate and pronunciate our words. I get so tired of that. And then secondly, for the family, I don't think they had anything to gain or lose by coming out and talking about Jag, because what is it for them to gain to bash her? I don't think the Tasha hate train runs so deep. Anything Tasha does, they're going to find fault in it anyway. So that's first and foremost. Secondly, this young man is not ghetto bougie. He sounds like a gamer. He said, I love video games to the point where I think video games are my second parent.
You know what? I think I kind of, the reason why I go so hard about people saying that he's autistic is because so I was raised in Oakland, but then I moved to the suburbs when I was in middle school and stuff like that. So I lived in the valley in the suburbs. So, all my life I've heard like, oh, you don't sound black, you don't act black, you don't do this, you don't do that.
Yes.
And it's all like, what is black? Why do you have to be ignorant to be black?
Yes.
You know what I mean? That's what I hate. Make sure y'all check out the town hall next weekend, Being Black, because we're going to talk about this again, because I feel like it's very important. But it's all like, why do I have to sound ignorant to be black? What does that say about you? And I feel that's why I get so mad about it, because it triggers me,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and see, and that's the thing. And yes, we all have. My father, I'm just speaking from my experience. My father is schizophrenic with secondary psychosis, and the behavior that Jag displays is more of bipolarism. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I was just letting Patrice know that I'm gonna add her on in a couple of minutes, but go ahead, finish.
Yes, it sounds like bipolarism. One moment she's okay, and then the next moment, boom, she goes far left. And it's not that that we all have had a family member that has mental illness issues, but what was pointed out was the father had mental issues. The father was schizophrenic. They did not throw her away. It was just they didn't know how to handle Jag. You heard the girl say that she went to live with her mother at the age of 13. So it is not like they were pushing. It was probably they did not know how to handle Jag. And secondly, this, and I'm going to be quiet.
Her auntie, she moved.
I mean, yeah, she went. That's what I'm talking about. She went to move in with her aunt when she was 13. But this is what I wanted to point out as well. Mm-hmm. When you have a family, like, for example, my family, nobody has nothing to do with my dad. I'm my dad's only child. My dad, when he got mad, I called him Ernest T. Bass. He went and he picked up bricks and he went and threw bricks and broke out every family member that he could not stand. They shunned him, they pushed him away, and he did a lot for them. And he felt like they should have returned the favor, but they did do a lot for him. But in his mind, he felt like, I got to get you. And he went hard. So schizophrenia, I don't think she's schizophrenic. I think she's more of bipolar. I'm not a YouTube doctor. I can't diagnose Jag. I don't know what she was diagnosed with. Just like I don't like it how these people are saying this young man is autistic when he's not. You can clearly see he's just been a sheltered young man where he's a product of his environment. Now, he may have had some trauma there, and kids suppress things when they have been traumatized. And that's part of the reason why the dad took him. So
Yeah,
he
and
would
can
not
you
end up like
imagine
the oldest.
like the life that he must have lived, going between homes and stuff like that? That can play a
Right.
big part in him being a nerd or an introvert too. You never think about it. And Mimi,
Exactly.
thank you for bringing this up because I don't want, and I want to say anybody out there that might have been offended. I'm not going so hard because and I'm not saying you're saying this about me, Mimi, but we're not going so hard saying that he's not autistic because there's something wrong with it. We're just saying that people cannot diagnose somebody like that and make it seem like because basically it puts a stigma on it, making it seem like it's a bad thing. Like, oh, nothing wrong with my child. He's just a little special or something. Like I never wanted to seem like that. So thank you for clarifying that, Mimi. I appreciate that. Oh, come up network. We just talking about Jag. But Tiff, was there anything else you wanted to add on to the conversation?
No, I love your commentary, and
Thank
I just
you.
think that because the Tasha hate train is so real, people gonna find fault regardless. But when Jag first came on the scene, she was talking about everybody and talking about she was exposing the industry. And one thing I did notice every time, and I went back and I looked at some of her videos, and it was never nothing that she said I experienced. She said a source told me, or I got somebody close to me telling me this, or this. She never said that I saw this personally. She never said that. And so, and the niece, one thing, the niece. Now, I kind of couldn't flow with the niece a little bit. Not to say that the niece was lying, but through a child's eyes, you would see your parents differently than what somebody else. Now, Jag could have very well been raped. Now, I was on the fence about that. She could have very well been raped by her sister's husband. But the daughter wasn't even thought of or even born then. And then if she were, why would the dad come out and say, well, yeah, I did do this to her? I wouldn't, so in the child's eyes, I would say that she didn't want to see or think that her father would do something horrible like that. I think it was, she's lying. I know my daddy wouldn't do this and that. No, she very well could have been. Something did. I agree with the lady before me. Something did happen to Jag, but I don't think it's to what Jag is saying. I just pray for her. I pray she gets the help she needs. And I pray that she would just simmer down and open up her YouTube channel and just sing. I think she would be phenomenal at that. She just come on and just sing. She's funny as heck and just be herself and not bring anybody else in the mix. I think people will start seeing her in a totally different light. But you have a great night, darling. I think you're handsome and keep smiling. You have a beautiful smile.
I appreciate that. Thank you, Tiffany, for joining the show. I love you for that.
All right. Have a good night.
You too. What's up, Patrice? Thank you for joining the show. As I understand, you interviewed Jaguar, right?
Yes, thank you for having me. Yes, I did.
What you wanted to add on to the show?
Well, I have a radio talk show in Las Vegas, and I interviewed Jag.
Was that the interview that just premiered like a few weeks ago?
Yes.
I watched it. I knew you. Okay, I knew you looked familiar.
So I interviewed Jaguar Wright, and her husband came with her. I don't know what everyone else's experience was, but speaking on behalf of Jaguar Wright and her husband, I didn't experience that at all. I think that the way the mental illness part has been so loosely laughed at and frowned upon on this very site and talked about in some of the things that I read in the chat, it's very disrespectful. I don't know personally if Jaguar Wright has a mental illness. I'm not a doctor to diagnose that. I'm not a doctor to diagnose her son. I know as far as what she said when she was interviewed by Tasha K. When she came on my radio show, she talked strictly about the celebrity issues and the things that she saw and was exposed to. And I'm in the industry as well. And I do know some of the same people that Jaguar knows. Several people have backed up Jaguar's stories as to a lot of the things that she has said. If you do not believe that, go on Big Gene Deal. He was the bodyguard of Puff Daddy. When Jaguar talked about the whole P. Diddy issue and the whole conversations that Kim and them used to have, Big Gene Deal backed that up and said that Jag was not.
I'll link that in there because I did watch his video on the Diddy, and then I seen a couple of other videos, and I was kind of like, for me personally, I'd seen a couple other ones, and I was all like, but the one about Diddy, I definitely was all like, okay, I can see that. Allegedly, let me say that. But
allegedly, right. So when she came into my interview, she was very pleasant. She was calm. She brought gifts. She was bearing gifts.
Her husband, and she gave you guys food too, right?
Yes, she bought us food. She bought us some of her salve. We hung out afterwards. It was no drama. It was no, and I can't say that anybody, I can't speak for what someone else experienced. I can only speak for my own personal experience. I still speak to Jag now. I still communicate with her now. After I've hung out with her. We broke bread together and all these things of these natures. So I do know that there is a happy medium in there between her truth, some of, and I'll say that loosely, of her family's truth. And then there's the real truth in the middle in that part of it. You understand what I'm saying? But I can attest to the things that I know that was verified by other people that I know in the industry that is true. And the thing of it is, Jaguar know those people on a personal level. She's worked with them. She's had relationships with them. We know these celebrities as fans and fans only. We don't know them on a personal level. And Jack told me some things that I will never reveal that I know for a fact is the truth. So with that
not
being
everything,
said,
not everything she puts
allegedly,
out there is like,
allegedly.
Allegedly, yes. But she hasn't put everything out there that she knows.
Trust me, she has not. She has not put everything out there. And I don't know if there's more to come with her or whatever. Like, I don't even talk to her about that part of it. We actually have pleasant conversations about the music industry and things of that nature. Jag is a very, very intelligent person. I can't diagnose if something, mentally ill is wrong with her or her son. That's not my place to do that. But I will say that we in the Black community really need to stop sweeping mental illness under the rug. We need to stop laughing at it. We need to not make jokes about it, because there is someone in everyone's family that is battling with something, right?
That's true.
So let's just be real about that, and to be transparent about the things that we know to be true and to be right. And I speak that on my platform, and I'm speaking it here. I have nothing to gain or nothing to lose, by saying what I'm saying. I'm only speaking from my experience with dealing with Jaguar. And I'm sorry if that lady Lashonda Crowder, that she experienced that. I don't know that. I can't say that. I can't even speak on the part about the family, but I do, and this is my personal opinion, believe that something very traumatic happened to her.
Right.
To Jag, and you know what I mean? And she said some things to me. So with that being said, that's all I wanted to say. I'm on the side. At the end of the day, I'm on the side of the truth, and whatever that looks like.
Right. Because like I said, ain't nobody gave me a paycheck, so it can go either way for me. But taking the joke out of it, what I wanted to say is, because I kind of wanted to rein this back in, because with you, what you're saying, and like I said, I appreciate it. I don't want everybody to have the same opinion as me, and I respect you for coming on and like telling us, because I don't want it to all be one-sided. But what I agree with is that you're talking about the person that you know. You're not talking about the person that we see out in the YouTube world. You're talking about the person that you know. So you can only speak for the person that you know, and that's what you're stating. Because I just wanted to, I haven't really paid attention to the comments, but I just wanted to clarify where you're coming from.
I defend that to the hilt of the person in Jag that I've gotten to know in the months since she interviewed on my radio show in Las Vegas in December. That was in December.
Right.
So that's all I can speak on. And this is another thing. As far as family issues are concerned, please know that when you are at odds with your family and you are not speaking to your family, do you expect your family to say good things about you? Do you expect to say good things about your family that you're into it with? That usually does not happen. The only difference
like giving the other side of the coin. Yeah.
The only difference between what's going on now that is going on a public platform between Jag and her family. Okay. That's the only difference. Everybody got family that they don't F with, that they don't get down with. And if you ask them something about, they tell you they're a piece of crap and they this, they that, and they the other. It just is what it is. You know, I'm a realist, so we got to think about it's two sides to that. You know what I mean? Two sides to that, and then there's the truth in the middle.
Right. And I appreciate you for respecting Wizdom, her experience, and then saying like that's not mine, but I respect it, but this is my experience with her, because I feel like this really gives a different perspective, and it makes people think like, okay, well, let me dive into this and let me just get like, because I know some people are gonna be like, wait, so are you changing your opinion? No, I'm not changing my opinion about Jaguar. I'm saying that there is a other side to her, and I think there's more. The problem that I have is that we don't see that other side. You know, we kind of see, like, I discovered that interview on Facebook. What most people know Jag from is all the stuff on YouTube. So we see all the YouTube stuff, and it's not, except her music, you know, her singing. Nobody can deny that she has a voice. But what we see on the YouTube side and on social media is all the wild stuff. You know, we don't get to see that person that, you know, I would love to see her cooking in the kitchen. You know, what did she make you?
She made some kind of pie, but it was the what is it, the CBD, and I don't do that. So, so I was like, girl, look, I ain't ate or smoked none of that since it was called reefers back in the day. But see, I just told you my age right there. I just told you my age, right? It was called reefers back in the day the last time I did it. But anyway, yeah. But I had a very, very good experience. So I don't want people to think that Jag is all this negativity and Jag is all this and then the other, because there's things that happen to people and they are triggered by certain things, right? And I think we all have another side to us if someone brings that out. Right. And I think that there are people in the industry and family members that she has triggers for. Obviously something has happened, and obviously it was very traumatic, and that's just real.
Right. That's real. I love you for saying that. Patrice, where can the people find you at?
I am on Instagram, Facebook, and all that under Patrice Munsell, and they can listen to me every Saturday on Hot 702.5 FM on your radio dial in Las Vegas, Nevada, Saturday, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Hey, I loved it. Patrice, I would like to have you back on the show, not about Jaguar, but about something else. I just love you. Like, definitely, I'm going to follow you on Instagram and hit you up. I would love to have plenty of conversations with you. Thank you so much for coming on the show. I love you for doing that. Thank you.
No problem. Peace. Thank you. Have a good one. You too.
All right, y'all. We ended on a positive note. I just want to say thank you guys for joining the show. Man, I'm turning out to be those YouTubers that I said I didn't want to turn out to be, because I've been on here for 2 hours and 28 minutes and 40 seconds. But we're going to go ahead and get out of here. Thank you guys for supporting your boy AT2. Like I said, I felt like that was a positive way to end the show. So I'm not going to let anybody else bet on right now. It's going to be ended. But I wanted to say I appreciate everybody for coming on the show. Patrice, Margot, Chris, Dana, Mimi, Kimanisha, I feel like I'm forgetting some other people, but I promise I'll shout you out. Thank you for everybody in the live chat. Thank you to Mina, because Mina has been really rocking it. She was my only moderator for this show. It's been crazy. I appreciate her for being here. Shout out to Queen, because Queen be pretending like she don't know me no more. Hey, Queen, come back at 10. Well, Come back in an hour and 30 minutes. So I'm gonna push the Dr. Love show out an hour and a half because I'm still trying to see if I can watch that fight for free. I'm already missing it. Let me pull up the Dr. Love. Hold on. So remember, love advice from Dr. A.T. Love. Remember, that's tonight. You guys already submitted your questions on what you wanted me to answer. It's going to be fun. It's going to be so dope. Make sure you guys check that out. Other than that, you guys have a lovely day. Have a lovely night. I will be back in an hour and a half. I don't have time to figure out what your time zone is, but I'm going to put the promo up and then you guys will see it. But and make sure you turn on your notifications. Everybody, hit that bell. Hit that bell. That's going to be the new chant. I'm going to put that in a promo. Hit that bell. Hit that bell so you get all my notifications. But other than that, y'all, my mouth is dry. I'm going to go play with myself before I start the next show. Thank you guys so much. Make sure you drop $1 or $2. My Cash App, PayPal is all in the description, all that stuff. I love y'all for watching. Deuces!